All righty. Good morning. Good morning. I'm about to play some music for you all. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great day. We're gonna hopefully talk to some people today. Let me get some music going for you today. You guys, I have a new song out right now. I'm almost done with my Deconstruction album. I'm working on some content to help promote it now. I write lyrics. I don't write the music or the vocals. That is done for me by Suno, but I am really digging my new album and my new song. I have listened to it a lot. I hope you guys enjoy it too. You guys, here's consent. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. Consent. It's not an option to me. Consent. Respect the boundaries. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. No praying. No praying. No touch, don't speak to me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. You love your neighbor, but you better ask first. You pray on trauma with that holy thirst. You'll catch these hands if you lay hands on me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. Hey, if you don't get it, yes, you'll never have consent. I'm submit, bitch, don't get in there. My body ain't a toy, don't even play without consent. Keep your filthy hands away. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. No praying, no praying, no touch, don't speak to me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. My yes is my yes, my no is a no. Bitch, learn your scriptures. If you know, you know. You quote the Bible when it benefits you. But fuck your book and fuck you too. You don't ask for consent cause your God never does. He just takes what he wants and calls it love. Chosen without asking, punished for doubt. This is what they preach that love is about. Your Jesus doesn't knock, he demands you comply. Deny yourself, follow me and don't ask why. Heaven's full of godly men, do tell and send me first class straight to heaven. My yes, my no is a no. Bitch, learn your scriptures if you know, you know. You quote the Bible when it benefits you. But my consent ain't subject to you. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. 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 No praying. No praying. No touch, don't speak to me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. 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 Hey, Dugald, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. I am trying some new topics. Sometimes it takes a long time for people to come in, and I will change it if we don't get people in, but I am trying to have more conversations and less debates and just trying to understand where people are coming from with their beliefs. I believed in so much shit for so long, so I'm trying to see, like, where do some of this shit come from? Where does it come from? You know what I mean?
I like it.
Cool. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Birdie. Good morning, Aaron. Mask, welcome in. Alien Gibson, welcome in. Lilith, Cyber Deconstruction, good to see you. Alexander, always a pleasure to see you. You guys, thank you so much. You know, I do not get pushed out. We got to do all of the things, and then I do get pushed out eventually, and that's okay. I appreciate you guys. You always work so hard to help me get out on the FYP, and I do appreciate it. Big Cyber D. I'm not sure if you're just telling me he's big or he has a big cyber D. I don't know what you're telling me. Thank you for the hand or the heart me's. Make sure you collect your team points. Thank you so much for the hand heart. Yeah, so I almost finished with my deconstruction album. Apparently, I'm just very angry at this album. It has really let out a lot of my anger, which I think is good. I think it's healthy.
It's valid. Totally valid.
Yeah. I think that I had a lot of anger at the God and the men who represent him. You know what I mean? So how have you been, Dugald? What is new with you? What has been going on with your life? I haven't talked to you in a while. We've both been so busy.
I know. Not really a lot. I've just been doing my normal stuff.
How have your life been going?
Hit or miss. Some days good, some days bad. Some days just there.
This morning I was on Joyful Apostates.
Wasn't terrible.
Joyful went live this morning with Secular Perspective. I think it was, you know, now that I realize, I don't know if that was the account he was on. Follow all your guys' accounts. When you guys pop up in all, if I see it, I follow it. I promise you. But anyway, we had Jordan in there. Jordan's been on my show a few times. And he is so upset because everybody's blocking him. And I tried to explain to him why. I called him the D word, and they fucking suspended me for 10 minutes for saying that. Oh, we can't call somebody that anymore. Isn't that sad?
10 minutes? They do 10 minutes?
Yes, they made him serious. They dropped me down for 10 minutes because I called a man the D word. It was bullying.
Oh, they made me do that to Hansi the other day.
So stupid. I know, like, we're adults. It's 18 or over. Why can't I use foul language? What the fuck? Get over it.
Right, like, if I want to cuss him out, I'm going to cuss him out.
Right? Taking all the fun away from this.
You really are.
Come on. If we can't cuss each other out, we're gonna end up doing more like road rage, okay? Let us let out some of our rage on this app, and so we're not out there fighting in the streets, okay? God. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to play another song for you while we wait for people to join. So let me know, what do you want to hear in the comments? We can hear No Kings, No Gods, Ex Parte, Water's Edge, or Miss Me with That Misogyny. Hey, Joel, welcome in. You never come up and talk with me anymore, Joel, and I thought we were friends. Like, you used to come up on my show. You used to come up. You used to say hi. Okay, I'm going to do Miss Me with That Misogyny then.
Miss me, now you gotta
Thank you, Mass.
You interrupt my sentence, call it just a thought. Say you love strong.
I'm going to turn my back on you for a minute, and you all know what that means.
Queen who keeps it light and sweet. But bow down, little man, and kiss my feet. Yeah, you're misinformed, misguided, mistaken. And that charm, boy, I know you're faking. Me with that misogyny. You ain't the man you think you be. Miss me with that hypocrisy. Your fragile ego and royalty. I'm misbehaving, just being me. Miss me with that misogyny. Miss me with your sigh, miss me with your sweetheart.
Come on up,
Bye,
Broken.
bye, bye, bye. Miss me with that misogyny. Don't need your fake apology. Miss me, can't you see? I'm a star. You're just an extra baby. Miss me with that misogyny. Misogyny.
I understand that. Sometimes I'm sitting right next to my husband and he's sleeping, so I don't want to wake him up either. I totally respect that, Broken. But if you decide you want to walk away and come up, we are asking for people who are willing to allow us to. Oh, I love the little SpongeBob with the bubble. We are asking for people who can actually question their beliefs. So if you can't, if you have a hard time with a little pushback, then you probably don't want to come up anyway. We want to, kind of, scrutinize, but basically we want to scrutinize. We want to ask tough questions that maybe you haven't thought about before, and have you sit with it. Good morning, buddy. Good to see you, Silly Goose. Welcome in, Father Froggy, Orion, Broken Rule, Holy Ghosted. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Laura, good to see you. Hey, Liz. I'm going to invite Liz up. Liz hasn't been here in a hot minute. Wait, I had you and then you disappeared. I haven't seen Liz in so long.
Oh, hey,
Liz!
Hey.
Hi!
what's
How are
going
you?
on? I'm pretty good. I'm just cleaning right now.
Well, that's good. Can you come clean over at my house too? Because I'm not good at it.
Absolutely
Well, you
not.
do, honey.
Actually, you know what? I will trade you because it's always
Okay.
so much easier to clean somebody else's house
It's
than
true.
your own.
It's true.
So
That's so
yeah,
true.
let's just switch.
That sounds like a good idea. Hey, you guys, I did do one upgrade. Can anybody notice what the upgrade is that I did for the show? I'm really surprised nobody has actually mentioned yet, but I'm not a ghost anymore because I got blackout curtains for behind me, so the lighting is so much better.
I thought it looked to be different.
You can actually see my wrinkles now. Remember, I was telling you guys that I felt like I was catfishing you because you couldn't see my wrinkles. And I was like, I'm not trying to catfish anybody. This is
Yeah, sorry, still hot. You can't. There's nothing you can do about that. You're just gonna have to live with it.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Let me see if we have anybody over on the tube stakes right now. I did not ask for them to put me on deconstruction, and if I don't ask, they usually don't, so I'm probably not live over there, but I should be live over on my channel. Let's see who is over there today. Why don't I get the chat? Oh, hello, Chuck. Welcome in, Chuck. So I at least have one person over there right now, but for some reason I can't chat in the chat over there. It's weird. Hey, 3 Pips, how are you today? Good to see you. You guys, I'm going to go ahead and change the background because for some reason, I don't think people want to be scrutinized. And they haven't hit on that one very much, but I do have some that they
Did everyone lose her, or is it just me?
Yeah, I think she's on another screen, so it does that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm changing backgrounds. There we go. I have a flash goal, you guys. If you could help me reach the flash goal. The flash goal is 14 hand hearts. So if you can help me with that, I just need each person to send me one. And we need 14 different people to do it.
This is the worst time for this to remind me that I need to put my new credit card information into TikTok.
Yes. Hey, you guys, Girls Gone Godless is in the house. Make sure you follow Girls Gone Godless and then check out their podcast, oddly enough, named Girls Gone Godless. And Sunday, they dropped the part 1 of the Jezzo episode. So if you like to laugh and have a good time and mock organized religion, you should probably listen to Girls Gone Godless. They also have some other amazing episodes. So make sure you go and just binge listen to it. You'll be so grateful you did. Hey, Witch Woman, how are you? Welcome in. Jordan, thank you for the GG. I know you and I, we have our moments, but thanks for the GG. All right, you guys, I'm going to bring Jordan up. And I want to tell you guys that I am not debating, okay? I want to know these questions, and I want us to think of, when we bring up people, we want to question. All the questions we have, we just want to say them in a question format, okay? So we're going to bring Jordan up and hopefully have a decent conversation and not an argument, okay?
I'll do what I can.
Okay, Jordan, first of all, we're talking today about why is faith good? Did we talk about this already with you last week?
No.
Okay, because I had other topics. I just couldn't remember if we did this topic together or not. So the reason I'm asking this question is because whenever Christians can't answer a question from me, they go, well, you just have to have faith. And I want to know why. Like, why is that good? There is nothing in my life that I use the biblical form of faith. And I want to make it very clear that I'm talking about the biblical form of faith. And we know that that means believing without evidence. Okay? There's nothing I do that with in my life. So why is it good?
Well, Hebrews 11, chapter 1. Or, sorry, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. I'll read it. It says, King James, I think. Faith is confidence in what we... No, where is it? I thought there was a translation that said evidence.
The evidence
Oh, yeah.
is not
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. King James Version. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right. I don't see why that's good.
The evidence...
I knew what it was, but I don't find that it's good.
So there's
Mine
evidence.
says assurance, and mine is closer to the actual Hebrew.
You said biblical
So-
faith is believing without evidence? I don't
Now,
think- I don't
faith
agree
is
with
the
that.
assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. It is definitely believing in something without evidence. That's definitely what it is. Now, you may think, but I do believe and I feel like I have evidence,
Yeah.
but that's not what it's telling you faith is. It's telling you that you should believe even if you don't have evidence. And that's what I hear from Christians all the time. They tell me that I should not worry about the evidence. I should believe and have faith first and then worry about it. And I don't understand why that is good.
Oh, I agree with that. You know, you shouldn't just believe for no reason, right? And Peter's like, always be willing to give an answer. And the Bible says, seek and you will find, and implying that
Gaga.
there's something to be found. So yeah, if you're just like, oh, just believe for no reason, don't have any evidence, I would agree with you that that's
Oh, okay.
literally unreasonable. Like it doesn't make sense.
Okay, well, that's our question for today, but thank you for coming up. I appreciate it, and that's all I have for you. Anybody else? Nope. All right, Jordan, thank you for coming up. Have a great day.
Bye, YouTube.
Yeah, if you agree with me, then we don't have much to talk about. I have many Christians who tell me on a daily basis that I should have faith, regardless of whether there's evidence or not. And I just don't do that with anything in my life. So I'm not understanding why that would be good or healthy in any. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, am I crazy here?
No, it's true. I was on a panel yesterday even asked, how is it discernible from imagination? Like, what's the symmetry breaker?
Yeah.
I wanted to weigh in real quick on that elenxis or elenkos, which is the word there for evidence or conviction. And the reason it's tough to translate it is because there's no like good English word for this, but it refers to like an act. It's more like a verb, even though it has a noun form. But it's the act of presenting evidence for the truth of something, which is like saying proof or proving. So when in this verse here, when it says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, it's saying that like faith is how you prove you believe something that isn't seen. It's
So
just
it's
like,
circular. It's really circular.
Yeah.
Faith is the evidence. What the fuck are you talking about? No, it's not. Faith is not the evidence, obviously. So that's very circular.
It's like saying believing in something is the same thing as that thing being real, just like automatically.
Right.
It's very
Right.
Unless you're first century or second century. Well, this is Hebrews. We're probably third or fourth century here.
Yeah, exactly. We don't this isn't, to our knowledge, this isn't even Paul, right? We don't know who the fuck this is.
The Greek is
Actually,
really weird.
my main contention
Study
is
Greek or teaching the students, I'll be like, okay, go read the Greek of Romans and of First John and of Hebrews. And they're extremely different.
What were you
that's
going
my
to say,
main
Dougal?
contention is that people just believe. I said my main contention is that most people believe and they assume it's a truth and they try to tell you it's truth and push it that way. It's like a belief and
Absolutely.
truth are not the same thing.
I am going to go get a beverage because I forgot to get me one. Can you guys talk amongst yourself, do a commercial, play party games?
Gotcha.
I'll be right back.
It's kind of along the same lines of when people say, well, it must be true because look how many people believe it. They're using those people's faith as evidence of it being true, but we know that's not how it works.
Yeah, it's the thing I say all the time. If they weren't positing it as a truth that has to be followed, you wouldn't hear a thing from any of us, really.
It's a thought stopper thing,
I'm glad in this conversation too is like we should make a big distinction between belief and knowledge. Like if someone comes in there and be like, well, I believe it, I don't know it, I believe it, that's fine. But when you claim knowledge, that's when we got to have a conversation.
The problem is that they equate belief and knowledge as being the same thing, so they still tend to push it even when they say, I have a belief.
I know that I know.
Well, while we're waiting for a Christian, I've been writing some anti-sermons. And I shared one last week. Bread! You guys drop some bread in the chat, if you will, for my friend Bread. I love when Bread shows up.
One was fantastic.
Okay, so I'm writing another one now, or I wrote another one, and my anti-sermon this week is on Cain's wife. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you guys while we're waiting for a Christian, and we can talk. Okay. I need to catch my breath. Take a sip here. I love you, Bread. Okay. I'm going to be writing anti-sermons about all the women in the Bible, even the ones that are not named, okay? This is my anti-sermon called The Woman God Didn't Bother to Name. And she's only one of many, but she's going to be the first one who wasn't named. When I was a little girl, the story of Cain and Abel always made me sad. not confused, not curious, sad. Because even before I had language for theology or trauma, I heard something underneath this story. I heard the question that haunted me. What if my gift isn't good enough? Cain brings what he has and God rejects it. The text never tells us why. No explanation, no correction, no guidance, just rejection. That landed hard for me because I knew what it felt like not to be chosen. My mother left when I was 3. She left 8 children behind. I was the second youngest. I was 3 and my sister was 6 months old. I grew up believing that if I had been better, easier, quieter, less work, maybe she would have stayed. My father wasn't in the picture because he was arrested for child abuse. I don't know every detail, but I know enough. Physical, emotional, verbal, and sexual. And my mother knew who he was, and she left us anyway. So when I read about Cain standing before God, offering what he had and being rejected without explanation, I didn't see a moral lesson. I saw a child learning that love is conditional. This God, supposedly all-knowing, knew exactly what would happen next. He knew the rage, he knew the violence, he knew the murder. And still God rejects Cain. Cain kills his brother. Cain tries to hide from God, which makes no sense if God is all-knowing and all-present. Cain is afraid someone will kill him. And instead of accountability, God marks Cain not for punishment, but for protection. The first murderer in the Bible is protected by God. Cain is sent away, but not alone, because the text says Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. Let's stop pretending that sentence is neutral. Cain fucked her. That is the first and only thing the Bible tells us about this woman. No name, no origin, no voice, no fear, no choice. Cain gets a name. Cain gets dialogue with God. Cain gets emotions, anger, shame, and fear. Cain gets divine protection. Cain gets a future. The woman who has to live with a marked murderer gets silence. She is not a partner. She is not a survivor. She is a function. She is a womb. She is an incubator. And yet everything that comes next depends on her. Cain builds a city. Who fills it? Cain has descendants. Who carries them? Civilization itself flows through her body, and her name is not worth recording. The Bible names Cain's descendants, men who build, men who invent, men who create culture. And alongside that progress comes escalation. Violence grows, patriarchy hardens, women multiply and disappear. By the time we reach Lamech, Cain's descendant, we see a man boasting about murder and domination. He speaks to his wives. They never speak back. From the very beginning, violent men get stories, women get silence. The murderer is protected. The builder is remembered. The woman who carried the future is erased. And that erasure didn't stay in Genesis. This unnamed woman has been shamed for centuries. Some teachings reduce her to Cain's sister, turning her into something people treat as disgusting, instead of asking what has been done to her. Other teachings strip her of humanity altogether and treat her like a necessary object, a means to an end. And that way of thinking is still alive. It shows up when men look women in the eye and tell them that they don't matter, that they're just a woman, that this is a man's world and they should get over it. I've had a boss say that exact thing to me. This is a man's world, get over it. That sentence didn't come out of nowhere. It comes from stories where men are named and women are used. where men are protected and women are erased, where harm gets justified and silence gets normalized. And when we keep telling these stories without naming that violence, we are not neutral. We are actively harming women. So now I want to speak directly to the men listening. If you give a shit about justice, this is where it becomes practical. Listen when women speak. And don't interrupt, correct, or redirect. Actually pay attention. Give credit every time it's due. Goddamn, give credit every time it's due. Every time it's due. If a woman made you laugh, say her name. If you learned something from a woman, say her name. Amplify women's voices on purpose. Share their work. Support them publicly and financially. Do it more than feels fair because men's voices are already amplified by default. I watch men pour hundreds and thousands of dollars into supporting other men while women doing the same work are ignored. That imbalance isn't accidental, it's learned. And it's learned from stories where Cain gets a name, a future, and a legacy, and his wife doesn't even get to be human. So this is my work now, to tell the stories of the women who were erased, to name the violence, to refuse the silence. Because if we can tell a story where a murderer gets protection and a woman doesn't even get a name, we are actively harming every little girl and their future. And that's my anti-sermon about Cain's wife. Hey, Sunny. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Any thoughts, critiques, questions? Like, what do you guys think?
It was great.
I loved it.
Loved. Absolutely loved. Someone in the comments, not so much, but you know.
Well, who was so upset with me in the comments? Do they need to come up and talk to me? Is it boring backpack and black? Because I'm sure you really write. I bet you're a great writer. Let's see you put yourself out there, pumpkin. What are you talking about? I like it when they critique without having any substance to their critique. I have no problem with a critique, by the way. But then give me something. Give me an argument against what I just said. Was she not erased? Well, that's fine. Then fucking scroll on by, pumpkin. It's not for me, but I'm here to complain. So weird, dude. Like, I wonder if they ever realize how weird and awkward they look when they do stuff like that in chat. Hey, backpack, can I get your age for TikTok purposes?
Sure, 37.
Okay, and are you a believer of a God, gods, or a higher power?
Yes.
Okay, and which God or gods or higher power would that be?
I think it's a universal being, so I don't know how you want me to explain that to you.
Do you get that belief from something? Was there somewhere you learned it? Is there a specific book, religion, or source?
No, it's more like in between the lines. Like, I think that most quote-unquote good things are seen in all religions. But you can go, oh, well, these men did that. Well, that doesn't really mean that the universal principle of it does not exist.
I don't know what that means. I'm asking about you specifically. Like, so you just one day came up with this all by yourself?
It's my assessment for how I view good and bad. I don't really know if evil exists.
Okay, and what made you think there was a higher being that is like at all exists? Like, where does the higher being come in, though?
Well, again, it's faith. You can't prove or disprove a God.
No, I'm saying that I learned where my God came from. I fucking could tell you where the God I had came from. I didn't just wake up one morning and go, oh, that's what God this. I didn't do that. And I'm trying to wonder, like, your process, how you came to it. Where, like, talk to us. Like, tell us where this came from.
I studied multiple religions and started boiling them down to their basic ideas and seeing where they lined up.
And you lined up that they all actually believe in the same entity, even though they have contradicting viewpoints?
Again, not the same entity, that the same principles come from that same entity. So good things that we would all consider universally good, things like hope, faith, love.
I don't find faith to be good. That's my whole point. I don't find faith
I know,
to be
but again, I don't believe that that's a correct point.
Sounds like he's an omnist.
My question can't be a point. It's a question.
Yeah, faith is a good thing.
Okay, why is faith good?
Because you use it to operate on a lot of different actions.
No, I don't. I've already discussed that. You must not have been here. When we're talking about faith right now, we're talking about the biblical concept of faith, okay? The biblical concept is found in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. It's believing in something without evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not do that in anything in my life. There is evidence.
Okay, I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't care if you agree with that. I don't really
So
care.
you know every morning when you go out to your car that it will start.
No, I base that on evidence. The evidence
Right,
of the
it's
fact
evidence,
that my
but
car.
you don't know it, so it's still faith.
Excuse me. Let me finish. No, it's not. Faith is without evidence. I just said that. I base my car starting because it's a 2025. I just bought it. It's brand new and it runs like a charm. Do I know that every time I go out there, it will start? No, I am very well aware that cars have problems and sometimes they don't start when you want them to. It's not based on faith. It's based on evidence. Faith is without evidence.
Okay, so again, in the particular circumstance, you are still acting on faith. Like you know that it should start, but that
again,
it should. It doesn't mean it will.
You're disregarding the evidence. You're disregarding the evidence. The evidence is that it's a 2025. It's brand new, and it starts every time. I've test driven it. It has shown to be reliable. That's evidence. Faith is without evidence.
Okay, can you give me an example of something that has no evidence to support it?
Yes, God.
God.
Yeah, that's not true. You can go through several logical steps and get to what you would consider a God.
And I can take
Nope.
several logical steps to show there isn't one.
Exactly.
And what would your logical steps be?
Well, you need to
Do you want me to do that?
What's your evidence that there is a God? And we'll show you
Okay,
how it's
so
not.
some things exist. Is that an accurate statement?
I don't know.
Sure.
If I'm going to be philosophical, I'm going to tell you that there is nothing I could be 100% sure of except that I'm having an experience right now. So
you don't know if you're like a brain in a vat?
I really don't. I really can't prove that, right? I couldn't prove that to anybody that I'm not a brain in a vat. All I know is that right now I'm experiencing something.
Well, then you
That
would
is
be
all I
acting
know
on
with
faith
100%
in that.
certainty. No, I'm not. I just told you I'm not. I literally am the one who just told you I can't prove that. So therefore, I'm not working on faith.
You're acting on
literally
faith that
aware-
it's not the case.
No, you are. I just said that I don't have faith that it's not the case, that I can't have faith that it's not the case, that I could be a brain in a vat. I
Okay,
literally
so
just
do
told
you have
that.
faith in that or not?
No, I
she
don't have
doesn't.
faith in any of that. I'm telling you right now that the only thing I know for certain, if we're going to get philosophical, is that I am having an experience right now. I can't prove that to you. I can only know that for me.
So then your assumption there would be that you would have faith that others have experiences because they report
Nope.
it to you.
I don't have that. I only know that I'm experiencing
But if someone
something.
tells
I don't
you,
know that you're really there, right? I don't have evidence for that. I mean,
but you have
literally,
faith that I'm here because I'm talking to
philosophically,
you,
no,
or you have evidence.
no,
One of
I
the two.
don't. No, I'm telling you, if we're going to get in deep philosophical weeds here, we have to be okay with the fact that neither one of us can prove that we're experiencing what we're experiencing. You want to go
Then you're
to the
acting
deep
on faith.
philosophical roots.
Like,
No, I'm not. You just want me to be because you have faith. You believe
I
in
think
things
you're
that you can't
confusing
prove.
trust. Yeah, I think you're. Sorry,
Go ahead,
Crystal.
Jacob. No, you go ahead. I think you
I
have red
think you're
bars. There's a
confusing
problem.
faith. I do. I'm gonna fix it here in a second. The problem is you're confusing faith with trust and faith with reality, and they're all three very separate things. Trusting something to happen because you have experience to know that it has in the past worked out, like starting your car. It's not the same thing as having blind faith. Faith would remain even if that car didn't start, right? So like faith means even if I show you something that proves or at least has strong evidence against the thing you have faith for, that faith would still remain. That's faith.
yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, that's okay. So when you go up on a show and they tell you what definition of a word they're using, you don't get to change the definition. You can argue what I'm arguing, or you can say, okay, I can't argue that at that point because I'm not arguing that definition of faith. But I told you from the beginning exactly what form of faith I'm talking about so that you didn't use stupid analogies like my car. People do it every day. I'm not talking about believing something. I'm talking about having faith, believing in something without evidence. Christians tell me daily that is a good thing and that I should have it. And I don't use that in my life, believing in anything without prior evidence.
So
I actually
when you
talked
do
about this with
something,
my husband
so
last night.
when
He
you do
goes, you
something
have
for
never
someone
had
else,
faith.
so when you do something for someone else that you think will be good,
Mhm.
is that acting in faith?
No, it's
Why?
not
It's
acting in
just
faith.
an action. It's an
It's
action
just
I know
an
I can do.
action. I have no expectations, by the way. Just in case you're one of my friends, when a long time ago, I learned a long time ago that when I do something and I want to do a kindness towards somebody or something, to never expect anything at all. No reaction, nothing back, no comment, nothing. And when I
But if it
learned
causes
to live my,
harm,
excuse me, when I do give and act in kindness like that now, it's so much more genuine, and it has been such a relief for me. It's been so freeing for me to never expect anything, not even a comment in return. So I do kindnesses because I believe at the time that what I'm doing is a good and kindness thing. If I find out it then harms somebody, I apologize and then I rectify whatever harm I've done.
you're still acting in good faith, though. I mean, that's
No, I'm not.
that's
You just like that
literal
word.
language.
You literally are hung
Like,
up on
that's
a word
lawful language.
because you have faith and I don't. And I'm telling you again, the faith I'm talking about is believing
you
in
just
something
described-
without evidence. No, I
The
didn't
faith
describe
you
faith.
just described is
I
no
described
evidence.
a kindness.
You described doing an action that is not about evidence and
That's
believing
not
in it,
faith.
right?
I didn't believe in it.
It is.
You believe in it. Oh my
You
God, you're not
acted
listening.
in
What did
faith.
I believe in? No, I didn't.
You
I
thought you were
acted in
doing
prior
something good.
knowledge.
You thought you were doing something.
Shut up and listen. I did not have faith in any kindness I do. When I
Then why did you do it?
Stop talking over me. I'm talking right now. I'm the host.
You have
Shut up.
faith in your
I need. No, I
You need
don't.
to tell
We'll
me
talk
why
in a
you
minute.
did it
Chris,
then.
you haven't been introduced. Can somebody, Liz, are you up here? Can you mute him when I'm talking? Can somebody mute
can-
this motherfucker while
I
I'm
can
talking?
do that.
Yeah, I got
I
it.
can do that. We got you.
And Chris, because apparently they have no Holy Spirit self-control. I do a kindness because I see a need. I do a kindness because I see a need. It has nothing to do with faith. Faith is believing in something without evidence. If you are using faith a different way, we can't have this conversation. Because helping somebody who is hungry is not faith in anything. It's literally just an action, just feeding somebody. I have no expectation on what will occur after I feed that person. I don't go, oh, I have faith that they will suddenly become big and strong. I don't have anything. I just go, fuck, that person's hungry. You want a sandwich? There's nothing behind it that requires me believing in something without evidence. Here's the evidence. People who are hungry, usually with prior evidence, want food. So I supply food. Now, if they
Usually.
later tell me, yeah, what else would they want? What would a hungry person want other than food? If they are hungry.
You can have a hunger strike, and your good intention is there, but you're
And
still
what did
acting
I
in
say?
faith that that is the good thing to do.
It's not the same thing.
No, I'm not. It's not faith. It's not blind. I fucking have evidence that that's what I should do. If you can't have an intelligent
But that's not what the person
conversation,
wanted.
You just fucking don't even know what you're talking about. You just want to argue something that's not there. It's not there, okay? Oh, okay. Chris, can I get your age for TikTok purposes?
Yeah, I'm 27 years old.
Okay, and are you a believer of a God, gods, or a higher power?
I believe in the one true God, yes.
What's his name?
Yahweh, Elohim, Allah, he goes by many names.
Are you a Christian or a Muslim?
I am a Christian. I'm
Okay, so
Christian.
you don't believe in Allah. Why'd you say that? Allah, you don't believe in him.
Allah is just, Allah in Arabic just means the one true God. So that's.
But you don't believe in Allah. I know very
I
well
do.
you don't
I believe in the one
Allah.
true God.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna tell me what I believe. I wanted to ask you
Okay.
this, since you sat there and said that you don't have faith. Do you have faith in your husband that he won't cheat on you?
I
He
do
won't
not
cheat on
have
you?
faith
You
in
got
him.
faith?
I have evidence. I have evidence.
Trust
You have
and
evidence that
faith
he
are not
loves
the same thing. Why do you all keep saying that?
It
Trust and
is.
faith are
Because
not the
they
same
don't
thing.
know.
Definitionally,
They literally
it
don't.
is. If you
No,
look
they
it up,
aren't.
it's the same thing.
Chris, I very clearly stated at the beginning of this slide that I'm not talking about the dictionary definition. I'm talking about the biblical definition. If you can't hold
That
true
is
to that definition, no, it's not. No, it's not. The biblical definition in Hebrew is different than the actual dictionary definition.
It is. It actually is the same. If you look at anything
No, it's
from the New
not.
Testament to Old Testament, it does.
Okay,
I
we're going to
promise you.
compare.
This is where you atheists don't know the Bible very well. It
Oh,
clearly shows.
sweetie. You don't even know if I'm atheist, and two,
I can tell.
we do know the Bible better than you. I'm not. I'm an atheist. Thank you.
Same thing.
Most people,
No, it's not.
when we talk about faith, if you're talking religious faith, it is not the same thing as the faith that people
is.
have
It's
in their.
having
It's
trust.
literally not.
Can
Faith
you
and
please tell
oh
me
my
the
God, will you
difference
stop?
between faith in the Bible and definitionally faith?
Because there's
So
a
you are
big
going based on
difference.
definitions.
Absolutely, and I'm happy to break that down a bit. So, in
There
the
are
Bible,
different
faith is often talked about as a kind of trust or confidence in God and in the things that aren't
Exactly.
seen, like believing in.
Listen. You know, you fucking interrupted, you little piece of shit. Let him finish. God, I hate people who can't fucking handle their own selves. Can you repeat what you just said, Esau? Because some idiot interrupted you.
Of course, I'll repeat that for you.
He's repeated
So
what he
basically,
just said.
in the Bible, faith is often about trust or confidence in God and in things that are not seen, like a belief in divine promises. And I'll just leave it at that. We can continue whenever you're ready.
I want to know the difference between
Same
faith
thing.
in the Bible and faith in the dictionary, because the Bible says a circular reasoning that you have faith and that's the evidence. But the dictionary says faith is not evidence. Can you please give the clear difference?
Absolutely. I can clarify that. So in the Bible, faith is often described as having trust in God, and that this trust itself is a kind of assurance or evidence of things you can't see. It's a more circular or internal definition. On the other hand, the dictionary definition of faith is usually more general. It's simply belief or confidence in something, which doesn't have to be related to evidence or proof. So the difference is that the biblical definition is more about spiritual assurance, while the dictionary definition is more neutral and not tied to evidence.
Thank you.
Imagine
You're
that.
very welcome. If you need any more clarification,
That's
That
why
proves my
I
point,
picked.
but thank you for wasting my
No,
time.
it didn't. No, it didn't.
did.
Because
I
you
said- it said
you don't.
you
Do
repeated
you
the same
guys not
thing.
listen? Do you
Do
not
you?
listen?
Do you not listen?
Why are you so angry? And why are you guys coming up to fight
I'm
today?
not.
I just want to know why faith is good, and you haven't given that reason at all. You've given nothing but
You
to
haven't
fight
allowed
with
me
me,
to give
and
that reason.
you came up fighting. You all have this morning. Listen, get off the testosterone. Fucking go to decaf, whatever you have to do. But I'm not here to fight. I want to know why believing in something without evidence is good. I have been told over and over and over again, this is good. And you have yet to tell me why. You just keep telling me I have faith in things that I don't have faith in. I don't have faith in my car. I don't believe my car will start without any prior evidence. I don't have faith in Doug because we've been married 30 years. I have faith in Doug because he proved himself to be the person, the monogamous person that I also was. And by the way, I think that people should be poly if they're good with polyamory. People should be monogamous if they're good with monogamy. I am a monogamous person, so I looked for a monogamous person. And he proved to be that person. And he's shown me through 30 years of marriage that he's still that person. It was with evidence, not faith. It's crazy. Good morning, Mama Bash. How are you?
Good morning, Crystal. I am doing well. Thanks for asking.
It's always good to see you.
Always
Welcome.
good to see you. Thank you.
I know, I love when Mama Bash is in the house, you guys. Anyway, I'm trying not to fight, so that's why I keep dropping them down, because I'm trying to just have conversations. And I had really good conversations last week. I want to talk about why faith is good. Instead, we're talking about how I have faith in fucking car engines, which is not faith. If that's faith to you guys, then go have that conversation somewhere else. I'm talking about the kind of faith that listen, when I was a Christian, my faith was fucking holy and sacred to me, okay? And there is no way I would have told an atheist that they have faith, because I would have been like, they don't have faith. They don't even know how beautiful and sacred faith is to me. They don't understand how transcendental it is. And for these people to come up here and tell people that they have faith when they clearly don't, all they're doing is minimizing and diminishing their own faith. Everybody does not have the biblical faith, you guys. I don't know why you want it to be that way. I don't know why it's so important. Maybe that's what I should have the question be. Why is it important for Christians to think, or believers to think, that everybody has faith? Why is that important to them?
Honestly, you got to take it back 10 steps. What even is their definition of faith? Because we can't seem to agree on what that is.
I am
think
so
that
tired
they
of
think
arguing
faith,
what words mean.
right? I think their definition of faith is just any belief in anything. It's faith. It's not special to them. And to me, it was special.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting point. I just want to voice out loud. I've already had to mute one person. We don't joke about mental health in this space. So if that
I
is
know
going
we
to be
don't.
something funny for you to joke about, then you'll just be removed. Easy as that. Thank you.
No, Chris, I'm not going to let you finish because I'm trying to have a conversation today. Hey, D'Artagnan, how are you? And you don't want to have a conversation. You want to fight. And if you want to fight, there's lots of debate spaces out there. They'd love to have you. You can go. Also, I think some of my friends are live. You might have better conversations with them because they're men. And for some reason, Christian men seem to be able to control themselves better around other men. So why don't you head over to like Trust But Verify or somebody else who has a penis that you could actually have a conversation with, because sadly I don't have a penis, so you can't talk to me on any level. You have to belittle, condescend, and interrupt.
This is why I don't use the word faith in any way, shape, or form other than when I'm having these conversations. I don't use it in my daily life. I don't say I have faith in people because I understand that the colloquial use of it means to trust in somebody, but that still is usually some version of no evidence in there. That's why I don't use it on a daily. It's only when we're talking about religion that I use that word. I use words like trust, sure. But not faith, because faith just muddies the waters. Right, it just muddies the waters with this stuff.
I was talking to Doug about this last night, and he was like, oh, well, if you're talking about faith like that, then no, babe, you don't have faith. Because at first he was saying it too. He's like, well, you have faith in me or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't. I have evidence of who you are as a man. He was like, oh, yeah, that's true. And he's like, okay, so you don't like consider that faith. And then I explained to him, I said, no, faith, I go by the biblical, Hebrew, in Hebrews, the definition, and that is just the assurance of things not seen. It means you believe in stuff regardless of the fucking evidence. You don't care. Like, I've literally had Christians come up here and tell me it doesn't matter what you say or do. I'm always going to believe in my Jesus. That's what I think faith is. It's believing in something regardless of counter apologetics, regardless of other things that are brought to your attention. You still believe. That to me is faith. And that to me is what they are telling me is good. And I want to know why it's good. I don't give a fuck whether you think I have faith in my car engine. I want to know why faith is good.
Right, that's why I use that reuse his analogy about the car. It was like faith would mean that even if that car didn't start, you would still believe in it. You would still have faith in that car. It doesn't matter what the evidence is, lacking or substantial or not. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Hey, Mars, welcome to the show. Do you believe in a God, gods, or a higher power? Oh, I guess you didn't mean to come up. All right. Hey, Hala, how are you? Welcome in. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, we are at almost 25,000 likes already. Thank you so much. I do have a gift goal. Don't forget, if we reach the gift goal, I do stay an extra hour. Otherwise, I'll be here until 2 p.m. Pacific time. That is, let's see, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, if you are a believer of a God, gods, or a higher power, and you have faith in something, I just want to talk today about why faith is good. Hey, redheaded, how are you today? And, so if you can come up and talk to me about it. Now, I don't want to discuss anymore today about having faith in your car is good, because I don't have faith in my car. I have trust, I have evidence. There's things that tell me that it's going to start. What I want to know is that kind of faith that makes you believe in your God no matter what anybody says to the contrary. That's the faith I'm talking about. No, I didn't see the advertisement Joyful put out. I'll have to look at that. I'm excited. I'll have to check that out. Well, while we're waiting for somebody to come up, let's play a song. I am going to be releasing an album for I just saw that he did post about me. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to look at it. Okay. This is nice. Hell yeah. This is so cool. You guys have to check out the secular perspective. Spooky, yes. Oh, that's so awesome. Joyful is doing big things over on the secular perspective. It's a new brand that he has started, and his new show format where he has co-hosts and guest hosts and all of the above. Okay, wait. I'm so trying to get TikTok to come up, but it won't open. Oops, now it did. Oops, now it did. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. Because we have a bigger room now, we have 57 of you in here, and we've got people over on YouTube. I'm going to play my latest song one more time for you guys. This is my newest song, Consent. I wrote this song, by the way, because I was in a Discord server of a friend of mine, and a Christian came in and told us that he was praying for us. And I said, please, please don't, like, not in this space, please don't do that. And then I kindly explained to him why. I don't know how many of you guys know this. Do you guys know that Mormons can pay the temple to have people who have passed on be baptized posthumously?
Yes.
Did you guys know that?
It's fucking wild.
Yeah. And did you know that there are people who feel that their sole purpose in life is to go to the temple and pay those for people who have passed on before? And you can give them names of people and they'll go do that. And then it is like recorded for history that that person was Mormon. So could you imagine how upset an evangelical Christian would be if, like, I went and paid for their mom and dad to be posthumously baptized as Mormon? Like, that would piss him off, right? So I tried to explain that to him, and he basically told me and a bunch of other people he didn't give a shit about what we thought, and he was going to pray for us anyway. And I tried to explain to him more how him not caring about our consent on that just, like, it just echoes of his God, and how he doesn't give a fuck about consent either. So I wrote a little song called Consent.
C-O-N-S-E-N-T. Consent. It's not an option to me. Consent. Respect the boundaries. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. No praying. No praying. No touch, don't speak to me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. You love your neighbor, but you better ask first. You pray on trauma with that holy thirst. You'll catch these hands if you lay hands on me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. Hey, if you don't get it, yes, you'll never have consent. Have submit, bitch, don't get it, man. My body ain't a toy, don't even play without consent. Keep your filthy hands away. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. No praying, no praying, no touch, don't speak to me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. My yes is my yes, my no is a no.
Get your in the scripture.
Your scriptures.
If you know, you know.
You
quote the Bible when it benefits you.
Fuck your book and fuck you too. You don't ask for consent 'cause your God never does. He just takes what he wants and calls it love. Chosen without asking, punished for doubt. This is what they preach that love is about. Your Jesus doesn't knock, he demands you comply. Deny yourself, follow me, and don't ask why. Heaven's full of godly men who tell them send me first class straight to heaven. My yes,
My no is a no. The truth is possible.
learn your scriptures
If you know, you know.
you quote the Bible.
When it benefits you.
But my consent ain't subject to you. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. C-O-N-S-E-N-T.
It'll be on Spotify soon. If you're in my Discord, it's available in my Discord.
No praying, no touch, don't speak to me without my fucking name. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. C-O-N-S-E-N-T.
Russell, did you really think what I just said had to do with the way Mormons posthumously baptize people? Do you really think that was the fucking point of what I just said?
Can you clarify what you think I thought you said?
Yeah, I'll read it. You said, let me find your comment.
You were saying something about payment for like baptism?
Yes. You all don't understand baptism for the dead. Do you understand Mormon posthumous baptism?
Yeah, I understand what baptism for the dead is. When people pass away, the Mormons have they in the temple they do like baptism for people that passed away.
Right, and you do understand that they will do it for people without their consent.
No, but it doesn't mean that they become Mormon. Like, it's just under the Mormon religion.
Do you realize that to a Christian, at least to me, I would have been pissed as fuck if you did that to me after I died. I mean, I couldn't be pissed because I wasn't alive. But if you did it to my mom or my dad, I'd have fucking been pissed.
No, and I
How
understand.
dare you baptize my mother or father as Mormon when they were Christian?
No, I understand what you're saying. And like I agree with like the song that you're saying, but like maybe there's just a misunderstanding of what I'm saying.
So then why was that a point? Why were you... See, that's the thing you do, Russell, and I'll never understand it.
I'm trying to clarify.
No, I know. I want you to hear me so you understand why people get upset with you.
No,
My
go ahead.
point was really clear. It was about that he would not like it if somebody did that to him, but he thinks it's okay to do a very similar act to us without our consent.
Okay. No, I love the song, and I agree when people say stuff like "I'm gonna pray for you" or like all this stuff. It's a very passive aggressive way of like saying that you're lost and you're going to hell, and it's not like an act of kindness that they're doing, right?
Right.
But when it comes to like baptism for the dead, it doesn't necessarily mean that the people they got baptized for are now baptized. They're just saying that the endowment was made, and they're gonna have a choice to accept it or reject it. That's all it's being said.
Okay, why is that semantic important to you for what I am fucking talking about? How does it change the consent conversation?
Because you don't become Mormon, or you don't become, the baptism wasn't made in the sense that you're saying it was made.
Are you recorded in the Mormon temple?
Yes, but it doesn't imply
Yes!
that you are Mormon or you accepted
Christ should be upset that their loved one is now recorded in the Mormon temple.
If there was a misunderstanding of what it means, yeah, I would be upset. Yes, if somebody was like anti-Mormon,
Thank
and
you.
they're like, yes, I understand what you're saying. But I understand. I understand what you're saying.
No, then why the fuck are you? That's what we're talking about, Russell.
'Cause
You do
I used
this
to be
all the time. You
LDS,
make
and
fun
I
of-
like to.
I don't care. I want you to hear me. You will argue a point that will take the conversation in a different direction instead of understanding or backing up the actual fucking point that was being made. I understand too that you don't magically become a fucking Mormon the minute you are baptized posthumously. Obviously, I don't even believe in any of this shit. So it's all stupid to me, okay? But what I do know is that Christians don't think like that, right? The evangelical Christian thinks Mormons are a cult. They think Mormonism is evil. And they think that if you do something like that, you have somehow negated who their loved one is because what you have done to them after they have died. So the fact that you argued that point was just pedantic.
I guess my question would be then, because you said, that you understood and agreed, and it sounded like you did, but then you said, but. So
Yeah,
like,
no. To be fair, you're right, Crystal. And I'm gonna be a little more good faith when I interact with you. You're right, and I think people being upset makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now, if you like, while you're up here, do you want to tell me why faith is good to you? And you know that I'm talking about your faith in God, not fucking faith in whether you drop a pen and it will land on the ground. Okay. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I'm talking about actual faith, faith that matters, your belief in your God. Why is that good?
The way that I define faith is not like a blind belief in something. The way that I describe faith would be trust in God, right? Because I already know that God exists. Therefore, me trusting in Him, that's how I describe faith. So, but it's good faith is good because it just helps me make sense of the world around me. It brings parsimony to my life. It helps me grow and learn and become a better person.
But when I talk to Christians, I know, I heard that too. I heard that too. But I want to point this out. When I talk to Christians, they tell me I just have to have faith. Like I shouldn't worry about evidence. I just have to have faith. Don't think about evidence. They want me to push evidence aside and just have faith. They're not talking about evidence, Russell, and that's what Hebrews says too. Faith is the evidence. It's a circular reasoning in Hebrews. So what I'm saying is, what good is that? What good is it just to believe in something?
Yeah, I agree. Like if you just say, "Hey, I believe in God because I believe in God," and there's nothing that justifies it, I think it's a horrible position to hold, and I'm very critical of people to do that.
Okay, fair enough. Anybody else have questions for Russell? Russell, thank you for being here. Have a good day. Oh, you want to ask him something? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna make the point, like you said, about becoming a better person. I was born again Christian for 25 years, and I found that what really helped me become a better person in the eyes of other people, even because that's really, otherwise you're just saying it about yourself. Was getting rid of the faith, the dogma, the assumptions, and accepting, hey, I don't know, this might not be true. Hey, maybe this isn't wrong or disgusting or whatever. And it just allowed me to have more empathy and just make more intentional and moral decisions. Faith was a hindrance to that.
I'm actually learning that because I never held this I think most Christians on TikTok had ex-Christians had this fundamentalist worldview that just makes them terrible human beings, and I can see that. I can see how leaving that that worldview definitely helps you. I just never had that view, so I don't struggle with that part of my faith.
What was the fundamentalist thing that you've never had?
So I see a lot of Christians go on live and they have to justify atrocities in scripture, because they have to make sure that the Bible is infallible, it has to be perfect, and they have to jump through hoops to make sense of their worldview. I just never had that struggle. Ever since I was a kid, I never held that view, but I know that a lot of people do hold that view.
I've watched you do the same. What are you talking about?
No, Crystal, honestly, I've never held that view. I'm being honest with you right now. Like, I'm being vulnerable with you.
Too. You guys put a 1 in chat if you've seen Russell act just like every other Christian on the app, having to defend himself of atrocities.
I've never had.
Ones in chat.
I don't do that. I've never have. Ever since I was a child.
That's not true. Oh my God.
And you know why I know this is you know why this is true, Crystal, and I can tell you exactly why I know this is true. Because in my LDS religion, there was a whole priesthood thing, right? They used to teach that the priesthood, and it was like horrible. Like, no, bro, like that doesn't make any sense. There's no way that a loving God would make that commandment. So ever since I was very young, I rejected the whole notion of like anything that God says just automatically becomes good. So I know for a fact.
Version of the God to believe in, because
it's not necessarily that I made up a version of God. I have a strict criteria that I use to understand God.
But if you're basing it off the biblical God and you just erase the stuff you don't like, then you're literally just making your own God.
Oh no, I have a strict criteria. I have a strict criteria. I don't know if you missed that part.
Well,
I have a strict criteria that I use.
I've heard a lot of Christians say they have a strict criteria, and it still comes down to, I didn't like that stuff, so therefore I don't believe you would do that, so therefore it's wrong.
Yeah, there's a difference between just being arbitrarily in your approach and just having a very strict criteria that you use to navigate. So maybe look into the literature. Maybe look into the literature, and maybe you would understand instead of just making like bogus
I've
statements.
looked into the literature. I talk about this shit every day.
So you think it's a true dichotomy? You either accept the Bible as infallible, or you reject it completely.
Otherwise, you are literally creating a different God. If you're going to tell me you believe in the biblical God, but you don't believe in the Bible, then you're telling me you don't believe in the biblical God.
Again, this is called false dichotomy, right? You're making a fallacious claim. You're saying that the only way to be a Christian is to be an infallibilist, to be a fundamentalist. This is just confused.
What I'm saying is you saying that you don't believe parts of the Bible because you don't like how they align with the God that you believe.
It's not me arbitrarily like, oh, I don't like it. We have a strict criteria.
You keep saying that, but that means nothing to
Can I ask a quick question?
It does mean something. Maybe you look into the literature and stop talking about your ass.
Hey guys, when I talk, can everybody just shut up for a second? Because I only interrupt you guys if I have a question or something, and I am the host, so I'd really appreciate that. Russell, in the comments, they're asking you, are you still Mormon or are you ex-Mo?
Well, my wife goes to church, and I go with her to church. I don't hold to the doctrine right now. I'm still undecided.
So what kind? You're just a Christian?
Yeah. I don't hold to any dogma. I just know that Christ is a necessary metaphysical necessity. That's all that I look at right now. But I do go to church just because my wife still considers herself a Mormon, and I don't have any issue with the people. The people are actually pretty nice.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming up, Russell. You have a good day.
Bye.
Russell and I, we try to actually have conversations with each other. I know a lot of people cannot stand Russell, but Russell and I, we actually try to talk to each other when we can. It doesn't always
I'm
go
still trying to figure out how I was talking out of my ass. How was I talking out of my ass?
I did not hear any gas pass, so I don't know what he's talking about. I just heard actual, real conversation happening that he didn't like. That's
saying you have a strict criteria doesn't tell anybody anything. That just, for all I know, that just means you believe every third page. Like, I don't fucking know what your criteria is.
He specifically said we have a strict criteria. Who is we if you don't hold to any specific dogma? Who is we?
Especially when no two Christians agree on anything, even if they do follow the dogma.
Good fucking point, Liz. Who is we? It's not him and his wife because she likes the church and he's not sure he does anymore. So it's not the two of them.
And he specifically said, look into literature. What does that even fucking mean? What do you mean, look into literature?
What does that mean? What does that fucking mean?
I'm down here like, what the fuck is he even saying? He's not saying anything.
That's so crazy. I was like, what are you talking about? Just read a book. You know what? I've got
look into literature.
Here, I've got one for you. It's an old Dean Koontz, Twilight Eyes. I'm going to start reading it today. Is this the literature we were supposed to look at? I wonder what it'll teach me about.
My mom's really into those smutty romance novels. Is that the shit you're talking about? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
No joke. During this
Dean
whole time,
Koontz.
I've been like rearranging my bookshelf since I just got my books unpacked. So I got a lot of choices. Which one
All
would you?
right. Got any how-to books up there? I think that's the literature he was talking about. I don't know. Just look at literature.
I do.
He said it's divine command theory versus God's nature, neither of which are part of look at literature, number one. Number two.
Oh my God. I want to show him that I do look at literature, okay? David and Solomon. Right. More Dean Koontz, okay? We've got one of the many Bibles I own. The Republic of Plato. This one's such a fucking funny version of the Bible that I had to get it. The Oxford Companion to the Bible. You know what this is? This is really cool. This is really old. It is, sorry, I want to make sure I say it right. Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. That's a weird, that's a weird cult right there. Okay. This is just a fun book. Cat's Eyewitness. It's a murder that a cat is the eyewitness to. Freemasons and Etiquette. What literature did you want? I have more. I have the Book of Mormon right there in Dutch. See?
I've got to show you this one. It's
okay, I gotta pull you up. Make you
sorry.
big. No, good. Oh,
the Messianic Jewish version.
That is crazy.
I know.
I want to read that.
It's Jason's book, so I haven't read it yet.
If Rabbi Hannah were here right now, she'd be rolling her eyes.
I know. I'm really interested in this one. So
that looks so interesting.
I
oh
know.
my God!
I've never heard of like that they have their own version. I'm so excited.
That's really exciting.
She dislikes the Messianic Jews as much as she dislikes BHIs. She's like, all these people need to knock it off.
I know. She loves a Messianic Jew. You're not a Jew. You're just Messianic. Born again atheists in the house. The secular perspective is in the house. You guys, welcome in, welcome in. If you are a believer of God or gods or a higher power that you have faith in, and you think people should have faith because it's good, come up and talk to us. I just want to know why faith is good. I don't really care that I have faith that my car is going to start in the morning. Actually, I never give a fuck if my car starts in the morning. I don't go anywhere. I'm just kidding. I never do though. But I do like that it starts when I do go somewhere. So that's why I buy good cars. Somebody tell me a story, chime in, say something, or I'll play another song, I guess. I could play another song. What did I play today? I played my new song twice. Let's hear The Water's Edge while we wait for a believer to come up. This is a song that I wrote because my favorite song as a Christian was a song called For Those Tears I Died, which was also, people knew it as Come to the Water. It said, Jesus said, come to the water and stand by my side. I know you are thirsty. You won't be denied. I dried every teardrop when in darkness you cried, and I strove to remind you that for those tears I died. And I love that song so much. When I was 11 years or 12 years old, my sister was hit by a drunk driver and killed. And I asked them to sing that song at our funeral. So the choir did sing that for me at our funeral. And as I began to deconstruct, I realized how much I really missed the music. I missed that connection. I love music. And so obviously I have a connection with other music, you know, but I wanted to feel something like that again. It was a little different for me. So I wrote this song as a reply to Come to the Water. And now I feel like I get to listen to my song and I get more out of it. And so here is Water's Edge.
You said, come, child, lay down your sorrows. You said you would be there through all my tomorrows. So I came believing you dry all my tears, but you left me waiting alone with my fears. When will you draw near? I came to the water, I knelt by your side. I gave you my everything, relinquished my pride. I cried every teardrop and looked to the sky, but I found myself sinking in the flood of your light. They said your love was too deep to measure, that losing myself would make me your treasure. I gave up my voice, my identity and name, and called it devotion, but it was just shame. And yet still I stay. I came to the water, I knelt by your side. I gave you my everything, relinquished my pride. I cried every teardrop and looked to the sky, but I found myself sinking in the flood of your light.
I love her voice too.
You were the father who never appeared. Your silence was louder than all that I feared. Just when I thought I could take it no more, I found my strength and I walked up on shore. I'm no longer yours. I came to the water and found only me.
do miss the music too. And so I have started a new genre of music that I call secular praise, because I think that we still have a place to praise. Religion doesn't own praise. We get to praise each other. We get to praise that we've made it through something. We get to praise our reclamation of who we are. And so, and we get to do it from a secular perspective. See how I did that, Joyful? And so I've coined my genre as secular praise. And so I know I'm not a musician. I know some people don't like AI anything, and I understand. I don't get upset because I understand why people don't like that, but I'm not a musician and I'm not a singer. I'm a lyricist, a poet, a writer, and so I write the lyrics. I am going to be putting an album out on Spotify. I have a few more songs to write, and then hopefully you guys can go download it and enjoy some praise, some secular praise, okay? Yeah, and I'm a nice lady too. You guys, anybody who writes should be writing the hell out of shit right now. We need it. We need your art. We need it so bad right now. And it's so cathartic to write about these things, to just let it out. You know what I mean? So do it, Jason. Do it.
Yeah, he finally got his bass and his guitar out this weekend, and he's like, man, I really need to learn non-religious songs, because everything that he knows has been based in religion. So yeah, I'm gonna have to let him know about that, because that would be something really fun for him to do.
Yes, absolutely. And I want 1 million secular praise songs. So if you're a musician, I want you to write some secular praise songs and then tag it as such. And let's make it a goddamn thing, okay? Because I want more secular praise songs. Hey, good to be here. Trust but verify is in house. Dr. Blitz, I don't know if you're here too, but I saw you scroll in for a second. Dr. Blitz is amazing too. Make sure you're following Trust but Verify, Dr. Blitz. Everybody on my panel, okay? Every single person on my panel. And if you are a believer of a gods or higher power that you have faith in, and you think that faith is good, come up and talk to us. We just want to know, why is faith good? And if we don't get somebody responding in the next few minutes, I will change the background again and we can try something else. But I will play one more song while we wait for somebody, and then we'll change the background.
For those of you that don't believe as we do, you already know what I'm going to say. I know it's been a while, but here we go. I'm going to dust it off.
Here we go.
Tap your damn screen. We are not even close to like 50K, which is wild. We've been on for too long for it to not even be at 40. Come on, y'all. In 42 shares, you already know what to do. If you want to get theists in here, we got to do the work, y'all.
Yeah, start your hashtags. Okay, this is, I don't know, this is literally the name of the album so far, because it is my favorite song right now that I've written. I love drama. I love dramatic scenes. Let me set this scene for you. Picture a Jasmine Crockett type woman, okay? Fucking powerful, right? Like, and she is going to go before the court of heaven and earth, in front of the court, to tell all men that if we were not at the covenant and invited to the covenant, we are not subject to the laws that were set down. And maybe this whole thing was a conspiracy between Adam and Yahweh to begin with. They knew what they did. They needed somebody to blame, so they created a woman and then didn't invite her to the covenant, erased all semblances of women, including the Shekinah glory, which was the feminine, and Asherah. And, yeah, she's going to take them to task. Oh, thank you so much. Here you go, ex parte.
I hope I'm not late to the party. I've got something to say. And I want every gentleman here to have a front row seat for this ex-party. Ex-party for the ladies. One side talks, one side stays mute. You carved your covenant in marble, but forgot the feet that swept the pews. We bore the sons that filled these seas. And you signed the pact without the one that believes. I call this court to order, heaven and earth, bear witness today. Let the record show from the garden's first spring, the blame had a woman's day. Two men sat in the shade of a tree, Adam and Yahweh writing history. They needed a scapegoat, they signed the brief. From that moment on, sin's name was Eve. Leave two men alone, it's always the same. If they can't find a woman, they'll make one to blame. This is my ex-party, my one woman plea. You created the lemon and tried to frame me. You call it divine, but the terms were deceit. I stand unbound with chains at my feet. Sinai speak, no woman was hurt. Shekinah silenced, her fate secured. Let the judge and jury see. The law came by, but we didn't concede. The contract is null as divine. May the record show no woman's side. We never needed a savior or lamb, because the truth is sin's name is man.
I love that part.
Sin's name is man. In the land of Egypt, we lit the flame. Our mother's prayers, our songs unashamed. We worship the heavens, the stars, the seas. We knew the truth before their decree. The sign of the men left us behind, abandoning women, blind leading the blind. We bore the children, we kept the fire. They stood on our backs as they climbed higher. Once our rituals were pure, hands in the earth, spirit sure. With Asherah rays, they gave us no choice. But no God, no man can silence her voice. Please the court to hear my battle cry. We denounced the God, we denounced the lies. The pens were theirs, the scrolls they made. It is man's guilt and man that needs saved. Rise up now, we hold the power. It's time they bow. Fight out was never ours to share. Without the glory, there's no guilt to bear. Every woman today stands free. If sin is owned, man holds the deed. The contract is null as defined. May the record show no woman's side. We never needed a savior or lamb, because the truth is sin's name is man. Yes, sin's name is man. Yes, the truth is sin's name is man. Sin's name is man. Yes, the truth is sin's name is man. Sin's name is man.
That's one of my favorites I've written. I think there's a lot of scripture behind that song, and there was something like that really pissed me off when it dawned on me, if you will, that I never was invited to the covenant anyway. Okay, Relentless, I see you in the box. I'm going to bring you up, but I want you to understand what we're doing today before I bring you up. And then you could decide whether you still want to come up or not, okay? We're not debating. We're asking you questions about why faith is good, what your faith is, and why is it good. And we're not talking about faith in inanimate objects like cars. We're talking about the kind of faith that makes people who love a God or gods believe in them, even if presented with contrary evidence. So that's what we're talking about. If you stay on that task, we'll have a great conversation. Hi, how are you doing, Relentless?
Good. How are you?
Good. So the question is very simple, and we're talking about a very specific type of faith, the faith in a God or gods, not faith in vehicles, not faith in spouses. We're talking about the very specific kind that is sacred, that is the very essence of your relationship with your God. Why is faith good?
Yeah, faith can lead to a lot of positive outcomes. For thousands of years, faith has resorted in positive mindsets. It's resorted in positive lifestyle change, i.e., changing from an addict to a non-addict. Faith has also caused people to not commit suicidal ideation and
Okay,
those types of things.
listen. You've been on TikTok long enough to know what words you can and cannot say. And the fact that you came up here and in your first sentence chose to use two of those words and then unmute when I muted you to talk about it means you're not ready to have an adult conversation. And I'm sorry, we'll try again on another day. That is not what we're going to do here today. I'm sorry. No, you Relentless, you've been on not only my show, but many shows. So you know you can't say those words, and you did it anyway. And then when I muted you to tell you not to do it, you unmuted while I was talking. And that shows that you do not respect boundaries. You do not respect rules. Why am I getting so many disrespectful people? What is the issue? I don't understand. It's just like I'm trying so hard just to have a conversation about why
It's me. You know this is what I bring in. You know very well these are the people that come to my lives.
Yes.
It's just crazy to me. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a different background. Hang on.
While we're doing that, as just a quick response to what Relentless was discussing. Yes, there may be positives, but there is also a wild amount, and I would argue an even larger amount of harm that faith has brought. So in that case, why my next question would have been like, why does that positive outweigh that very large negative? How can it? Yes, ma'am. Okay, we are so close to that 50K. And now I know what you remember what I said earlier, right? We got to do the thing. Look, I get it. I'm multitasking too. I am paused vacuuming my rug right now. But what I do, I've got it in my other hand tapping away. But also, I just take a break every 30 minutes or so and give a couple hundred. It don't take that long, right? If we want the discussions, we got to do the work. I know it's really annoying. It's how TikTok works. You already know that. We need to get these shares up too, because that's another thing they really like. They like to see that, hey, I really like this show, so I'm going to share it to everybody else. If you don't have anyone to share it to, little quick tip. If you click on that share button on the bottom right hand, go ahead. I'll wait. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then, okay, that pop-up that just came up in the middle-ish area, there's like a blue copy link thing, right? Yes, right there. Okay, go ahead and click on it. If you click on that, it will still count as a share, even though technically you didn't share it to anybody. But it still counts. So why not just do a couple of those and we can get up to like 100 super quick if we all do a couple. Thanks, guys.
Hang on one second. I'm checking something real quick. So, I would have to say that the 12-step program is the number one known faith-based recovery program. Would that be accurate? Do you think to say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk just about the 12-step program. And the reason why that is considered the number one faith-based recovery program is because, one, it's the number one recovery program that has been used for decades. It is the number one. And it's faith-based because part of it, you must admit that there is a higher power. Okay? The higher power can be many things. Anything, actually. I am literally an atheist with an I because of shit like this. That anything can be a higher power does not make sense to me. Okay? So, studies report that roughly 40 to 60% of people with this disorder relapse after treatment in general. For those who attend 12-step groups, some research specifically on AA shows that about 50% of the people who attend are abstinent at 1 year, and this can remain similar at 3 and 8 years. This doesn't mean other 50% relapse, but the recidivism rate is known to be as high as 80% for 12-step programs. It is not successful. It's so not successful that we have a doctor in our community, Dr. Joe Recovery, and she works hard to help people with recovery, and she will tell you that the 12-step program is not the best program. It's not one size fits all either, I don't think. I just don't think it is. Our brains are not wired the same. Different addictions happen for different reasons for different people, and those affect their brain chemistry when they are actively. So it's going to take different things for different people. You know what I mean? So faith is not necessarily a reliable tool for recovery. I think science is much more reliable if we can understand what part of their brain is causing them to have the I'm trying to use a word, shaddiction. Shaddiction sounds so stupid. You know what I mean? Like if we could figure out the exact reason the brain is doing that, it's much more likely we will be able to help them than if we just believe it. Right? I don't know. I used to try to believe really hard and it never worked on anything.
We need a lot more research into it. We need a lot more study into it. We need a lot more medicine involved. Science involved. This whole what is it, a wing and a prayer kind of approach to it is just it's not helpful. It doesn't do, like you just showed, 80% of those people who do that shit, who just try to pray it out and go through the 12 steps, quote unquote, it's not working.
Yeah,
it's not working.
Exactly, it's not. I know so many people who've been in those. So, what? What did I do? I just got gifting suspended for 10 minutes. What did I do? I, literally, this is what. I'm not even saying the damn word.
Maybe you can't say anything that sounds like it. Maybe you have to say, extreme need for bad things.
Yeah.
We have to be stupid about it.
Right? What on earth? I'm proud of you, Tabri. Oh, that's amazing. So proud of you. Tabri said, I spent a lot of time in the rooms. I got sober when I deconstructed. That's amazing. That is so weird. It's happening to Daniel too. That's weird. Maybe I can't have the word gift in my background. I don't know what the hell. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been there the whole time. How would they?
Yeah,
I mean, that makes no sense. It would take hours.
That's true. I don't know. That was weird, but I mean, that's okay. You guys, gifts are always appreciated, but they are not expected. If you're wondering, and this usually only gets updated once a month because I get paid from TikTok once a month. If you're wondering what that is, oh, Dr. Joe, we were just come on up here. I'm going to ask you some questions here. This is to upgrade my equipment. I did my first tiny upgrade today because of your support. I got the blackout curtains that make it so you can see me better, and I no longer look like I'm trying to catfish you, okay? You can actually see my wrinkles now, okay? Because of your support. So thank you so much. And thank you. So, then I do have, so I do have a mic. So I'm not like trying to upgrade my mic right now. What we're trying to do is upgrade so that I could get a PC. I will need better lighting and a little soundboard so that I can play my music. And also because my wonderful friend, he probably doesn't even remember he said this, but I'm holding him to it. Because I have the recording now. My wonderful friend Joel Reed's Bible said that he would write me a little jingle for Divine or Decline, but it would be better if I had like a soundboard so that I could play it and it would sound really nice. And I agree with him. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Dr. Joe. I just was telling people that you don't necessarily think that the 12-step program is the best program out there for recovery. And I agree with you on that. And I just want to make sure I am not lying on your name because I thought that we both felt that way. By the way, if the 12-step program is working for you, don't quit, don't stop. Whatever works for you, okay? By all means, if you are in active recovery and your recovery is working, don't fucking stop. Do it. You got this. We're proud of you no matter what you do. I'll ask you in DM, but I'm saying that I don't think the 12-step program and relinquishing your power to a higher power is always the best road to recovery. And I thought you were in agreement with that, but I could be wrong. I know, wouldn't it be fun with a soundboard? I would be so fun if I had a soundboard. I'm going to exercise faith that your soundboard is going to come. I'm going to name it and claim it and declare it. Thank you. His name. I don't know if I've added it to my Amazon wish list, but I do have one of those. So if anybody wants to do that for me, hey Zach, how are you? We're trying to talk to believers today. Oh, okay, you deconstructed. Okay. That makes sense. But are you under the belief too that different recovery works for different people and it can depend on them and their whatever they are hooked on? Would that make sense? I'm trying to not say the fucking word, you guys. It's hard. Yeah, and by the way, you guys, if you're not following Dr. Joe Recovery, go do it right now. She's in chat, and she is an actual licensed doctor, and she helps people through recovery. So if you're recovering, you should follow her. Her content is important, and it's potent. It is very informative. Okay. I just I did not want to lie on your name. That's what I thought. You believed that there are multiple pathways and it's not a one size fit all.
Even if you are not, even if you're not going through that stuff, support somebody in our community that does that work for the people that
Hell
do
yeah.
that.
Hell
She's got a YouTube channel as well. She's amazing.
Absolutely. And if you're not following my good friend, Zach Lazar Hoffman, you should be, because that voice is to die for, okay? You should be following him too. He has a Deconstruction account, and he also has his voice acting account, and where he does lives where he'll be like doing his actual work, so you get to hear him while he's working. And then like throughout his lives, like he'll do voices for people and stuff, and it's fun. And when he's up on Deconstruction lives, his voice is just like butter. It's like butter, y'all. And but he's so smart, and he's very calm, and he has a way of talking with Christians that really makes them stop and think. And I don't know. I really, by the way, Zach used to come up on Joyful's live and fight him when he was a Christian.
He's not as jaded as we are, so he doesn't go straight to attack mode.
No, he doesn't.
He's not as jaded as we are.
No, he's not. But yeah. It's true. It is true. You guys, thank you so much for all of the likes, the shares, the gifts. I will be live for 1 more hour. And we're just looking for people who believe in any God to tell us how they define God. Hey, how are you? How do I say your name?
It's I am me.
Oh, hi, I am me. Oh, nice. Okay. And do you have a belief in a God, gods, or a higher power?
Yeah, I'm a deconstructing Christian, so.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how do you define God?
Well, I would define him as he is what he says he is. Just because if he is self-existent, then he doesn't necessarily need me to define what he is, because he's self-existent.
No, but I mean for yourself, how do you define him? Like, do you not think of what a God means? Like, to me, I believe that we can't define God, and that's why we all believe different things. And because we can't define God, I find it ridiculous to believe in a God.
Oh. Okay. I would define him as either, if he does exist, he has a right to say he is what he says he is. In other words, what I say he is irrelevant.
How would I know what he is then?
If he walks amongst us.
How would I see him?
How would I see him? Well, we're she's, so. Well, he does tell all these things in the Bible, at least some of it. Like.
So we are talking about the biblical God.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you define God as the biblical God.
No, and yes.
Then how do you define God?
I would define them as authentic, creative.
Who is he though? Because you said he is the biblical God and he's not. I want to know what you mean by that. Because the biblical God is a very specific God. And to anybody who believes in the biblical God, he can't be that and not that, because that actually breaks one of the laws of logic. You cannot be and not be something at the same time. So what do you mean when you say he is a biblical God, but he's not?
Well, for example, we have the biblical God, right? But then we also know in the Bible it says you should not have other gods before me. So there are 2 different gods.
Oh, no, there's many gods in the Bible, not just 2.
Right. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe there's just because there's people who just believe God's Jesus or his Father's the only God. And then there's others who believe in multiple gods. So that's what I was referring to.
Right. But if we're talking about when God says, do not have any other gods before me, it's because he was talking about the many gods that existed in the Bible. He's talking about Baal. He's talking about Elohim. He's talking about Asherah. He's talking about every single deity that is mentioned in that book and that isn't mentioned in that book, because at the time, Many gods were worshipped. So that's what he means when he says, you should not have any gods before me. He's telling you, don't worship any of those gods in my face. Don't do that.
Well, if he's the original creator, why would it matter if people did that or not? Because those would be their sons anyway, or daughters. Those would be your sons and daughters. Why would you care about that?
He was one of the sons. He was the son of Elohim. Elohim, wait, is it Elohim, Dugald? Viz?
I'm pretty sure that's what they call it. Or actually, I think that means... Sorry, hold on.
Hang on one second. Is Elohim God, Yahweh's dad?
No, that's Elion. Elion.
Elion. I knew I was saying the wrong one. I knew it. And so that's why I go,
Dugald. If you apply Elohim to Christian thinking, it's another title for God. If you attach it to what it actually means, it means the Son God.
I was trying to think of who Yahweh's dad was, because she thought that all the gods in the Bible were like Yahweh's sons, but Yahweh is actually the son of El Elyon.
Yes.
Okay. He's one of 70.
74, technically.
Oh, 74.
72
Hey, you
children
guys,
plus
gifts
Asherah
are
and
back.
Elion. Yep.
Okay.
El Elyon, Asherah, and their 72 children.
But he's one of 70 sons, though, right? Is that right?
I don't remember the number.
He's one of 70 something.
70, I don't know. We'll have to look at it. But yeah.
Okay. All right. It doesn't matter. That's being a little silly for me. But anyway, so there you go. He is one of many children. He is not the Father God.
Right, yeah, that's what I was saying. But they depict him to be like a father or the father in Christianity. But to say that he truly is the father, I cannot say this. Maybe he is one of many fathers or creators, but as far as we know today, Jesus was the only one depicting the miracles that, humanity supposedly could do too. But as far as him being the original creator of all of this, I don't really see how that's possible, but it's, I guess, I don't know. To say he's the original creator, but then why would he have an issue with other gods and goddesses? You would have been their father, so that makes no sense.
I actually don't think that the Bible says he created everything. Mama Bash might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't like the water and stuff already here? I mean, like he's not really creating everything from nothing, right?
Well, it says he spoke it into existence, but then, women are the ones who are the creator of life, so it's kind of confusing,
It says that the waters were there, he parted them to reveal the earth. So basically, it was there, he just pulled it out.
Yeah. So he's not even the creator God,
Yo. First time they allowed me to go live on this account. Just real quick, I wanted to tell you that's right. The actual Hebrew notates in Genesis 1 that I just saw this from Dan McClellan, so it's top of mind. Essentially, he beginning to create the earth, not all of creation. So there was already something, the earth was void and without form. So there was existence already before he began creating, according to Genesis 1. So of course you can hold whatever belief you hold, but if you're looking for a biblical definition of what God did from the Hebrew, that's what it would be.
Yeah, okay. So
most cultures in that time and area had like a primordial sea that creation began in, sort of like an undifferentiated mess, what would later be called chaos. It was personified as a sea monster.
Spirit moved on the face of the waters. It's talking about something that was already there. And then, of course, the Hebrews believed in different gods, and they adopted Yahweh, who was the storm god, to be theirs against all of the other gods. So it's very interesting when you actually consider what the Jewish people believed at the time about the God that they were worshiping.
Oh, yes, your mic is fine. So if God is not the creator, and we're using the Bible to define him, and we have to go by what he says he is, it seems like he's pretty evil.
I'm sorry, were you referring to me or?
Yeah, yes, I'm still talking with you. I'm just saying, like, if we're using the biblical definition of who this God is, and we go by the characteristics he's given himself in this book, then he is pretty evil.
I'm not denying the biblical text. However, I do mind the interpretation thereof, of course. But if he is evil, then what has made him evil? If in the beginning God created everything good, if God created everything good,
No, he didn't create everything good. He said that he created evil. He says, first of all, he creates a tree called the knowledge of good and evil. And the reason why it's just the knowledge is because evil already exists. And we know this because Isaiah 45:7 tells us that he created it.
Well, that makes. Then he's denying his. If he's truly human, he's either A, denying his true character, then.
Yeah, I don't think that you can be 100% human and 100% God. That's illogical. It breaks the law of identity, I believe.
That's right. Law of identity.
Thank you. I'm learning from you, Zach. I'm telling you, I'm listening to this philosophy show.
No, I'm learning from you. Come on.
But
Philip, I'm
then
learning
again,
from you.
did not Jesus?
What?
But Jesus then did break the law if we're going off of the Christian doctrine because he was fully God and fully human.
Yeah, he can't be. I'm telling you that that's impossible. You can't be fully God and fully human. And I've talked about this the other day. There's a very simple reason for us to realize right off the bat he couldn't have been. Because as a human, I'll explain to you, but I'm going to mute you up because you have a lot of background noise. And then you can unmute when I'm done. For some reason, it's not muting. Okay. God, you can't be 100%. I won't even get into Mezzo's cat, you guys. You can't be 100% God and 100% human. Because if the human side of you is aware that there's a God side of you, which would be two sides then, and it wouldn't be 100% anyway, you always know that you could do whatever the fuck you want. And as a human, what makes us human is the fact we know we're not promised tomorrow. We're not even promised the next 10 minutes. What makes us human is that we know that once we aren't coming back from that shit, okay? And that's why we have fear. That's why we have instincts. That's what makes us human. The very things that make us human is done away with the moment you say that he is also 100% God. No longer can he be human at all. Not one part of him.
I mean, if you take it even all the way back to Genesis, if we go to the garden, right? The whole thing was God didn't want them to get the knowledge or to eat from the tree of life because then they would be like gods, but they were human. So how is it that they were not like gods, yet this other human for some reason is special and he can be all God, but also all human, which in and of itself, because I mean, God himself said it, it's a contradictory thing.
Yeah. And then we have to look at two other things. I want to bring up a point that Nerd Unleashed pointed out in the chat, and that's Christ routinely refers to God as an entity separate from himself. Christ never says, I'm God. He says, don't call me good. I'm not good. There's only one that's good. Oh, and she left. And that is God. The other thing I want to point out, the fact that Jesus does say that, like, he separates himself from God. We also have to remember then, when was the Trinity invented? It was, then a long time later. Hey, Zach.
Hey,
I'm going to bring you on big screen.
What's up, everybody? Good
What's
to see you.
up?
Thanks for bringing me up. I appreciate it. I'm about to go in there and hit a workout right now. But this account, I was not able to go live since I created it, and I guess it just got through, and I'm able to do it.
Yay!
Start going live more specifically on deconstruction stuff. I just have so much happening on the voice acting side, and I was like, this needs to be separated. I think I'm getting a lot of cross traffic, and so it'll be helpful. But I just wanted to tell you how much I love you and how much I care about you. You guys are so awesome. I've had a really rough week this past week with just the layers that happen in deconstruction. I really had a very honest, open conversation with my father. There have been a series of them, and we just had another one, and it was pretty tough. And so it's just been amazing how sweet this community has been. And I was just reminded of that very first chat that I ever had that was honest with you guys. Crystal, you were there, and Deborah Grace, and I was on Joyful's, Secular Perspectives podcast. What was it, 8 months ago? I just did a post on this, but you guys, it's from when you're a Christian and you're Matt Dillahunty and all the people, you think, oh, atheists are all mean and they're yelling, and they're just these terrible people. And God, I have not met a warm and kind and inviting community. And so for those out there, like Lame, I wanted to say to her before she left, if you're deconstructing, this is such a wonderful group of people for you who can help you think through these issues. And it actually is a channel for you to ask hard questions and actually begin to explore what's actually true. And it doesn't have to be this scary thing where people are going to, back. Now, if you're a dick, yeah, you're going to, we're going to push back. But it comes with a genuine heart of, hey, I'm trying to discern what's true here. You guys are not going to bite. Now, I found the opposite to be true on the other side, because I still am thinking through issues. And during this process, when I started to be a little more skeptical, I went on to some of the Christians, lives where they're debating people, and got like the Garth Dawkins types, like all the Phil Bros and everything. And man, the moment you say anything that's slightly out of alignment with them, they just bite your head off and say, you're listening to your father, the devil, and you're going to hell. And it's like, dude, you could, if you were to have a really genuine conversation with me, you actually could win me over right now. And you don't realize that. And it's crazy how they're supposed to be the loving ones and serve and that are others centered. And I have not found that to be the case. You guys are the ones who are doing that way, man. And so I wanted to say that here.
Aww.
So,
that means so much to me.
Man, it's a big deal. What you do is really important. And there are many people who feel very alone in their families. They feel alone asking questions. They feel like they're not going to be able to recover or find community. And there is community out there. And I'm grateful for social media for that reason. There's so many gross things about social media, but this is so useful and so awesome. So anyway, I love that. Ain't no hate like extra love. You're right, Uncle Span.
Yeah. It's true. And I have found so much community here too. And I think that sometimes, and I'm going to put this out there right now, I think sometimes we forget the part of the thing that we like about community is that we can help. And we could do something with the talents and gifts that we have or whatever. And then we lose that community we have, and our talents and our gifts sit there, and that can cause some depression. That can cause some feelings of not being needed or wanted. And I want to tell all of you right now, this is your altar call, bitches. You are fucking wanted and needed in this community. The Deconstruction Junction Discord is in my bio. My Discord server is in my bio. And we want to grow this community. We want more creators. We want more music. We want more comedy. We want more conversations. We want more everything. And if you want to help support the community and you're not even sure how, just hit me up, because I have so many ways you can help create it. You can help boost. You don't know how much it helps if you just go and do some very very, I can't think of a word, specific things, intentional, very intentional things to help a creator, okay? Like you might go, okay, you know what? This week, I'm going to focus on Zach's account, and I am going to make sure I engage with Zach's account because Zach is trying to grow this account for deconstruction. So what I'm going to do is make sure anytime I see him go live, even if I only have a minute, I'm going to pop in. I'm going to drop him a heart me. I'm going to share out his live, and I'm going to make a little comment. Then I'm going to go collect my little stupid points that TikTok makes us collect. Even if that's all I can do, I've done something that's really going to help the community in the long run. I'm boosting somebody. Boost marginalized voices in the community. Every time their content comes across, watch the whole damn thing. Okay, do it in 2 times if you have to, because sometimes I have to. Okay, y'all make long videos. And leave a comment with at least like 9 words, okay? Leave a heart. Repost it. Post it to your stories. But fucking boost marginalized voices, okay? Anybody who is marginalized that comes across your page, okay? Help them. It matters. We amplify these voices, right? So there's so much you can do. Hey, there you go. There you go. You know, and just know that you are needed. There's so many things you could do to help our community right now. So many different ways. Mods, you know, like I said, boosting people's specific content, and just interacting with us when we do go live. It really does help. You have engagement matters. It really does.
Yeah, a great mod is gold. Like, wow, seriously, the mods out there, you guys, it's like it's incredible just to like have somebody help. There's so much that you can do, and just being present. You know, in my lives, I there are lots of people who come in and they're like, hey, I don't have money to give coins or whatever. I'm like, that's great. I'm here. You know, I'm just glad that you're here. The fact that you're here is a big deal. So you're totally right, Chris. Yeah. Just being there and tapping the screen is super helpful.
It is really helpful. Well, Zach, thank you so much for coming up. I'm going to shrink you back down. You guys, if you are a believer of a God or gods or a higher power, and you'd like to come up and talk to us about it, we're just asking today, how do you define God? So come on up if you want to tell me about it. I don't think Chris is still here. He's in the box, but I don't think he's still here. So I'm not going to bring him up. He'll let me know, I'm sure, in chat if he is still here.
I'm going to jump down.
He's probably.
And I'm going to keep you in my ears in the and if I need to be summoned, then so summon me, and I can come and
Thank
talk,
you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Zach.
Take care.
Make sure you guys follow him.
You should drop me down. I think that's good for the thing.
Okay. I will do that. Thanks, Zach. All right, and let's see. I think we have a guest. Oh, Redhead is coming up. Say hello. Let me bring her up. Hey, Redheaded, how are you?
How's it going?
It's going well. What's new?
Not a lot, just starting this channel with you guys. Wow.
It's so exciting. I'm so happy. That's really cool.
Exactly. I don't think we've talked before.
I don't think so either. Oh, probably got a little call real quick.
I've definitely seen you.
Yeah, I see you in chat, and we watch a lot of the same people, so that's cool. I get to see you in chat a lot. So were you a believer?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was like a super Christian. I was going to be a missionary and everything.
Hell yeah. And when did you deconstruct? Do you mind me asking you questions while you're up here?
Yeah, I'll answer these questions, of course.
Okay, so when did you deconstruct?
I think I started deconstructing probably around like 2016. Like the Trump election, kind of, I think that like sent me over the edge.
I can imagine. I wish that.
But I was already like having doubts and stuff about everything.
That's when I started deconstructing my politics, I will say. I was so mad about that as a Christian. I was so mad about that. I was like, the fuck? How are people saying they're Christian and voting for this dude? It made me so mad. I was just so angry, but it only made me question. Unfortunately, at that time, I was only willing to question my politics, but it would be very shortly after that I would start deconstructing my religion as well.
Definitely. Yeah. So I'd say that was definitely a component. I would just say kind of like all the pillars of faith just kind of started crumbling for me. Like the church, like my view of the church. And then my view of scripture, like scripture.
What denomination were you?
I mean, we were like non-denominational Baptists, like evangelicals.
Okay.
It's hard to say because, like, I mean, nobody in the church really had like consistent. Like everybody kind of had their own eschatology. Because I'd have a lot of like interesting discussions with church members about dispensationalism and stuff, and and everybody had people had some wild takes on end time stuff. So I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People really do have wild takes on end time stuff, and I think that so many Christians have different takes on it. And like even in the same church, same family, same everything, they'll have totally different ideas of what end times is, and afterlife will be totally different.
I feel like the population of Christianity is mainly like the amount of denominations that there are, because each individual person has their own denomination.
It's true. It's true. I saw there's some kind of like meme that's out there where it's like, I don't remember what the beginning of the joke is, but basically they go, so are you Christian or Muslim? And they go, oh, I'm Christian. Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, what denomination are you? And they'll go Baptist, Southern, or and they just keep breaking it down. And it's like, oh, that's crazy. And then of course there comes to something at the very end, like, are you Trinitarian? No. Oh, we can't be friends,
Yeah, I used to make
everything else we agree on.
I used to make the joke, y'all wouldn't survive the Inquisition.
No, for real.
It's just their freaking theology would have just been, man, you guys would have gotten tortured.
For sure. All right, you guys. Well, if you are a Christian or a believer, of any God or higher power, I'd love for you to come up and talk with us today. I just want to talk about, how do you define God? I do have a believer who's a friend in there. Nick, do you want to come up and talk about how you define God? See, people actually think too that just because you're an atheist, none of your friends believe in anything. They always think that about atheists. And I think that's funny because a lot of my friends are believers. I even have Christian friends. So, hi, Nick. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
So today my conversations have been just horrible.
Oh no.
Anyway, so listen, I've talked to Jordan and Russell today. So they're not the only. I think I talked to somebody else too, but that's what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so you can imagine.
Oh no.
No. How do you, as a pagan, define, and what kind of pagan are you for the listeners, and how do you define God?
So Norse, and I have a different perspective on the gods than most pagans. I think that they were humans that existed centuries ago that were basically like the kings and queens of old, the hunters, the healers, whose stories became myth, became legend, became gods. My belief system is more ancestral based in venerating the ancestors rather than the worship of deities.
So a god or gods to you, in any sense that would hold omni properties, isn't like anything you believe in?
Absolutely not. The Norse, we know our gods are very much human. The only, I guess, the paranormal part comes in from they eat a specific fruit that makes them immortal. Well, no, they can't age, but they're not immortal. But other than that, no, the gods have no omni properties.
Do you believe in a fruit that made certain humans immortal?
Yeah, like inability to age, but they can still unalive.
Oh, okay. So they would like unalive if I hit them with a Mack truck or something, right?
They like literally 100%.
Do they exist today somewhere?
If they did, it would just be kind of the afterlife, I think. I know a lot of people talk about Ragnarok, but I think that's something that kind of like Revelation had already happened. I think it was just a retelling of something that, you know, a big war that might have happened thousands of years ago.
Okay, so you believe that there was a fruit that may or may not exist today, but probably does not because Hollywood would fucking own it.
Yeah,
that
literally.
made it so you couldn't age, but you could unalive. You just stayed young and healthy and fit or whatever, right? Okay.
Yep.
And they consumed of that regularly or just once? Like that was something that they just regularly ate?
Yeah, it was something
So it was
they had
it was its nutrients that did it. It was scientific, wasn't magical.
Right.
Okay.
It would have been like a science-based kind of like herbs more than, well, it was technically apples, but, you know, it would have been herbs rather than something that was magical.
Okay. But at some point, they all have unalive because that fruit only, okay. All right. Anybody have questions for Nick?
People think what's written is like prophecy. I think it was just a supernatural telling of events that had already happened.
I do have a question. How would you have defined God when you were a Christian?
All the omnis, all good, all powerful, all majestic, all wise. The God of God, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Hallelujah. Amen.
There she is. There she is. Thank you.
Hamala, shamala, hamana, hamana, shamana, halala.
Oh, yes. I would have, Asystole is your fan. Now, by the way, we love Asystole. You guys, W's in the chat for Asystole. I think oh man, I was such a cringy Christian.
Same. I mean, I was Pentecostal. It's hard to get more cringier than that.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my God, that was so cool. I am so gonna clip that. That was so cute. Thank you, Asystole. Okay, I don't remember who I was talking with. I think it was Trust, but verify. But we were talking about how sometimes Christians seem like that they could just like crawl up in God's lap like a little baby or whatever. And I believed that.
Yeah.
I believed one day maybe Jesus would just like hold me like a little baby. Why? It's because they how do you say infinitesimal? Like how do I say that?
Infant size.
Yeah, infant size. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. They do that to you. Yeah. They make you think you're a little baby, right? Infantilize. Thank you.
Infantilize. There we go.
Infantilize. God, you guys, It's
You made me forget
infantilized.
how.
Not
You know,
infanticide, not infanticide. That's different.
no, they make you to be little babies, right? They make you like you are so reliant on this God, right? Like you can't even get out of bed in the morning. How many of us have heard them say, well, he got you out of bed this morning? You literally, he like got me out of bed and changed my diapers.
Christianity relies heavily on codependency. You don't find that codependency in paganism. Our gods don't have coddling problems. They don't need their ego stroked on the daily. Like,
I agree with Asistoli. If he left me, he would let me sleep in. Okay, like why are you waking me up, bitch? If I want to wake up, I'll set an alarm, God.
Now hold on,
Why
I
are
have a
you
question
waking me up?
because if he's the one waking me up, why did he also give me narcolepsy?
That is a very good question. I like how Thinker would ask Christians, so did he put you to sleep last night too? And she wasn't joking. It's like, what do you mean? Like he woke you up? So also, is he the reason why you were late to work on like Friday or whatever? He woke you up late?
That's because you're supposed to. That's because you're supposed to ignore all of the theodicy problems with God.
Yeah, it's true.
And God's
Yeah,
only good, you guys. Like he can't be bothered with the bad stuff.
it's true. It's so true. No, the devil makes you like,
created me with mental illness because he knew that at my prime that I would take over the world. So
oh, God created me with mental illness too. And I think it was so that one day he could be glorified. I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for that day. But that's why I need glasses, right? So that one day he could be glorified. And that's what, you know what? That's what every person who creates something shitty should say. I did this on purpose. It's so I could be glorified later, okay? You guys just don't understand art. You don't understand art, okay? It's very obvious. I intended to do this.
create art so when I am alive, I'll be in a museum.
Ashley, it says, how do you define G-spot? No, it says, how do you define God? I just have a stacked panel today. I too had cancer for God's glory. Didn't we all? Anybody who's had cancer.
Don't you hate that trope though? That God doesn't make mistakes. I hate that trope.
Yeah.
God doesn't make mistakes. It makes me so angry when people say that.
If God didn't make mistakes, explain the platypus to me. Like, come on.
Explain the avocado. Explain the avocado pit to me, okay? Go ahead, Liz. What were you gonna say?
A platypus is adorable. It has purpose. No slander on the platypus.
Fever. Like, what happened?
It's adorable.
Did any of you ever watch Phineas and Ferb?
My kids did. I did not.
Oh my gosh, that show is hilarious. There was this episode where they create this robot and he goes around and he says I think his name was Norm, and he says the enemy of the platypus is man. And he goes around.
That's funny. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for 71,000 likes. I will be ending the live in about 20 minutes. Let's reach the gift goal. And it is not expected, but it is always appreciated. I love the SpongeBob theme. I am so glad they brought this out. Also, don't forget, if you've enjoyed our conversation today, make sure you gift my guests who are up here today. We are talking to anybody who believes in any god, gods, or higher power, or even if you don't believe in it, if you have a definition that you adhere to what a God must be, and that's why you don't believe, I would just like to know how you define God. I feel like every single person has a different definition. And that's why it's kind of interesting to me.
Just got a crap ton of SpongeBob stuff in at work because of the new movie.
Oh,
we're all kind of over it already.
Hey, Sean, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Are you a believer of a gods or a higher power?
I am not. But I just wanted to answer the prompt anyways because you.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I think it's important to, when having these discussions, to clarify that. So to me, a god would be any being with extraordinary or supernatural powers or abilities, that is conscious in nature. A lot of people say, like, hey, I believe in God. God is the universe, or God is energy, or God is love. Well, we already have words for those things. So I think it's important to narrow it down to like common ground of what they mean by God. Because if you redefine God as Diet Coke, then I believe God exists, right? But yeah. So any conscious being who is either otherworldly, meaning is supernatural in nature, and that I would consider something like that to be a god. And I don't believe any being like that exists.
So would superheroes be like a god to you?
I guess Thor would be, but then okay, so like Spider-Man would not be, because he's everything's explained naturalistically about Spider-Man.
I mean, women could be gods then, because technically we bleed out every month and we don't unalive.
That's true. That's so
What about
true.
what about superpowers, like never having hangovers?
Like never having hangovers?
Yeah.
That's a supernatural ability I would like to have.
Oh,
But yeah,
I have that ability. I have that ability.
Nice. You've never had a hangover?
I don't get hangovers.
That's nice.
I only do if there's tequila involved.
So does that mean I'm a god?
Yes, you're definitely a goddess for that one.
Oh wow, okay, cool.
But that doesn't mean that you're worthy of worship.
Just worthy of envy.
And I would say that like a lot of like autistic people are gods. Then maybe we should worship them because they have like all these crazy supernatural abilities. And I'm
strength.
Exactly. I'm autistic, so like I
have a godly supernatural power that people hate me for. I forgot that I had this really cool supernatural power that literally Doug hates me for. He tries to make it not. He tries to stop me from this. I float, and I don't mean on my back. I mean I can't sink. It's impossible for me to.
And like float in water, you mean?
Yeah, in any depth of water, I float. I do not sink. And it's cool, huh, Bree? It's really cool. It makes it so like I can snorkel forever, because whenever I get tired, I just stop. And then I just sit there. And that's all. I can do it in any water, any lake, any pool, anywhere. And Doug has always hated it. So if I'm floating like on my back, because obviously since I can float any way I want. I can sit and float. I can float on my back. Anyway, so if I'm floating on my back, he will try to sink me. He's like, no. And he used to send the children to me and and I was like, I'm not a flotation device. I will sink if you get on top of me. But yeah, he used to hate that. It's just really
careful, because standard-bys might look like they're trying to drown you or something, trying to sink you like that.
No, it does look like that's what he's doing.
Actually, pretty much anyone can. Now, it depends on how buoyant you are, but even if you're not very buoyant, you can. hold like a huge lung full of air and like kind of relax, spread your arms out and just kind of lay back, and then just take short, quick breaths out and then back in again. And you can kind of turn yourself into a floating, like you can, if you're ever trapped out in the ocean, you can do that. You can also turn your pants, if you're wearing pants, into a flotation device by tying the
Or you could
bottoms
just
together.
be awesome like me. If you were just awesome,
I mean,
like
that's
me,
true. Have that superpower.
you just don't even have to do any of that. You just float. I actually really like, one of my favorite things about it is, since it's like zero gravity, it makes me like feel like I am walking on the moon. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
there you go. Actually, I've always wanted to like go into outer space and experience weightlessness.
Yeah,
Like I want to do that
too.
once before I die. Although that's a really lofty goal. Like very very few people
I
get to
know,
go into
yeah.
outer space.
Have you ever been skydiving?
Not skydiving. I've done I'm in the Army. I've done a whole bunch of static line jumps. So I guess technically some people consider that skydiving, but you're at really low
So is
altitude
that,
and
yeah, it's like airborne stuff. I was in the
yeah,
army too.
exactly. Oh, okay. Yeah, low altitude static line jumps. I've done that plenty of times. But yeah, that's not too fun to me. It sounds like it
Are
is,
you
but I'm afraid of
82nd?
heights. I was 82nd. Now I'm PSYOP. I was 82nd Infantry for like half of my career. I've been PSYOP for a while, and I'm getting ready to retire soon.
Oh, congratulations. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. But yeah, static, like I don't like heights. Because I said you know what, I'm going to go airborne and conquer my fear of heights. Well, it didn't work. I just jumped while I'm scared. Like I'm like heart pounding and everything.
Yeah, I am very afraid. I never want to do any of that. None of that sounds fun to me at all. It just sounds horrifying. But yeah, somebody mentioned in chat, have you ever thought about going on one of those flights where you can experience weightlessness for like a few minutes anyway?
Oh, I would do that in a heartbeat. I wonder how much they cost. Like, because you
I
can
don't
pay to do
know.
that, right? It's probably expensive.
Yeah.
What about
Depending on how.
the wind rooms, like the wind tunnel things that you can do?
Oh, I would do that too. I think there's a place. I heard there's a place around here to do that, but I've never done it. But I would definitely do that. That's how like the Halo
Okay.
guys train to like position their bodies so they don't tumble or control, so they can control themselves on descent.
For some reason, it made me think of all the videos out there of when people flail because they don't know what to do and they don't listen to the instructor who's trying to tell them what to do. So they just start like flailing in those wind tunnels. Have you guys seen those videos? I'm sorry. They are funny. I cannot help it. They are hilarious.
No, I've only watched ones where they're actually doing it the right way. There's like
You
a
have to
way.
watch.
Just watching them, it looks like there's a way you like put your arms out and kind of arch your back and
Mhm.
your body in a certain shape, and it
Yeah.
allows you to, yeah.
And
I've
if you
gone
just
skydiving.
listen
I've
to
gone
the,
skydiving. It's
Did
a lot
you
of
do
fun.
tandem?
I have. I've done. Yeah, I did two tandem jumps, and I highly recommend it. I wish I could like
you
get
are
trained, but it's
badass.
so expensive. It's so expensive.
How much did it cost?
Let's see here. This was like 10, 12 years ago. Can't even remember how much I paid for it. It wasn't
That is so
cheap.
cool, Assistally.
Was it like a few hundred or several hundred or?
I want to say it's something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my
I
nephew
did
did
it at
that too.
this. I did it at this place in Fort Collins, Colorado, ish. And there's this like skydiving place out there, and it was a lot of fun.
Nick, you said almost to 80,000. I thought you were saying almost 80,000. Like that's how much it costs a skydive. I was like, what?
Oh, no, 80,000 likes.
That's funny. I know. Now then my brain clicked. I was like, oh wait, that's not what Nick is saying at all. You guys,
I mean,
we're
it
gonna
is
be,
quite the chunk of money, but
I highly recommend skydiving. It's so much fun. It is so much fun.
Hey, you know what? I wish I could be brave enough. And who's to say? Crystal grows and changes every day. She really does. I never know what fear or what obstacle I'm going to overcome tomorrow. And so maybe there will be a day where I overcome that fear and I jump out of a plane with you. I don't know. That could happen. Right now, though, this Crystal is going, no, I'll keep my feet on the ground. I'm a chicken. And I'm not afraid to admit that.
I didn't even hesitate either. I actually did a backflip out with the instructor because I asked him to do something crazy with me. Yeah.
You're amazing. You are amazing. Okay, we'll go together someday.
It's a lot of fun though. Definitely do it. Everybody should skydive. It's great.
I'm just so scared of it. I don't want to do any of those things because, whenever I do a couple of kind of those things, I go, this was just as horrifying as I thought it was going to be. And I realized I did not enjoy the moment because I was too in the fear. Like, okay, one of the things to face my fear of heights was I went up in a bucket. Does anybody know, what a bucket is? You know what I mean?
You mean like a hot air balloon basket?
No, for the people who work on the very high wires, like our linemen use.
You mean like the
buckets that
lifting? Yeah, I got you.
Okay, it was so scary. It was so scary. And you were in this bucket and you were being held by this very, very well big piece of machinery, right? Like, it's made out of steel. This shit isn't going to just bend or break or anything like that. But still, when you're up that high, just the slightest amount, it's like a
I'd be paranoid about it tipping over.
Me too. It was so scary. And then afterwards I was like, okay, that I did it. I faced that fear. Don't ever feel like doing it again. It didn't do anything for me. It just made me realize
the videos
I like the ground.
Have you seen the videos of the people climbing? There's like these light bulbs that are for like aircraft, so to like kind of warn them or whatever. And they get paid. They have to change a light bulb once a year, and they get paid like $100,000 or something like that. But they have to climb all the way to the top and then change the light bulb. And I've seen I don't know the height. I don't remember, but it's way up there, and they're climbing it like a ladder. And they have safety harness that they keep as they ascend higher. They keep reattaching the safety harness in case they slip or whatever. But you got to have some cojones to do that. But they make a lot of money.
I would totally do that.
Yeah, for a day's work, it's like $100,000 or something crazy. Like,
I don't think it's scary at all. I'm not scared of heights at all. Like, at all. I used to climb and stuff. Yeah, I don't I'm not scared of it.
That is badass. I just cannot do any of that. There's many other things I could do that other people would not do, and I'm like, no, that don't bother me. There's certain things I don't fear certain animals and stuff that other people do, but I don't want the heights. I don't want that. Something I really like about the ground. And, I do think that there's actual reasons why, though. I have Meniere's disease, and that's an inner ear issue. And so, heights do not like inner ear problems. That's not good for people.
Well, I think good for people. Heights are breathtaking. I think heights are breathtaking. The fall is fun. It's the ground that unalives you.
Yeah, it's true. It is that ground that unalives you.
So apparently, a buddy of mine did one of those like genetic tests, like 23andMe, and they could tell you like what you're at risk of. There's like all the different parts of your genome. So apparently, there's a part of your DNA that tells you whether you're likely to be afraid of heights or not. There's actually a genetic component to that. I definitely got that gene. I think most people do. Like redheaded, you're like, I think you're not an anomaly, but you're definitely like a small minority of people that didn't get affected with that gene. So, you could be doing like stunts and stuff for shows because like the heights don't bother you.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I've never had a fear of it. I'm just not afraid of it.
That's badass. I love
And I even
that.
had an accident when I was younger. I fell off of a deck and like landed on a boulder and I broke my leg.
Wow.
And it's still like didn't like I wasn't afraid of heights. So
When I was a kid, I used to literally sit on my grandparents' roof all the time because it was easily accessible from the playhouse. I could like just run up ladders like a spider monkey, no problem. Now in my older age, I get like on the third or fourth bar of a ladder and I feel like I'm gonna puke. I don't know what changed. It's so weird.
It does change as you get older, and it has to do with our hormones. It has to do with our inner ear can change. As my son, this is so funny because my son knew I had Meniere's when he was growing up. I never had it where my vertigo was so bad that I like just fell down or something like that. And I have known people who have vertigo that bad with Meniere's disease, but I would feel it come on and know I had to go sit down or lay down because I knew the room was about to start to spin. And so, I forget what I was telling you. I was telling, my son. And so what happens is, hey, Daniel, what's up? Is that when you have Meniere's disease and you are having, I don't know if it's called an attack, an episode, if you will, where the vertigo comes on, you have to have your crystals in your inner ear adjusted, okay? And there are actually these little crystals. What has happened, they believe, is that the crystals end up going into a canal that they shouldn't go in. You can look this all up. And so there's a movement that that they do to your head to try to help those crystals get back to where they are supposed to. Those crystals help with balance and vertigo, okay? So my son tells me, he calls me, oh my God, I'm having really bad vertigo. I think I have Meniere's like you. I said, you need to go to the doctor and they will adjust the crystals. He fucking thought that I had gone on some spiritual woo-woo journey. He was like, Mom, this isn't about my chakra. I'm like, no.
Oh, no.
I'm not talking about that. And then he did go to the doctor, and sure enough, she told him that I was right. And that's what she did. She adjusted him and got those crystals back in place. You guys, it is that time of day where we wind things down. I want to thank you all for being here. We have just a little bit of time left. If there's somebody who wants to come up, you can come up real quick. I'm going to play one more song for you as we close out the day. Thank you so much for all the gifts, the likes, the shares. I will be live every day this week at 11 a.m. Pacific time. On Wednesday, of course, we have Non-Believers Bible Study. Decon Q&A with CrystalJae will come back after my grandchild is born. I don't want to book these creators and then have to cancel on them. Okay, so because I booked them in advance. And I don't want them to put me on their schedule and then me having to cancel them. They could have been doing something else instead I take that time away from them. So, but Decon Q&A will be back probably in the new year here. And I have amazing guests that have already said that they'd love to be on the show, including Open Book, Godless Engineer, and maybe Daniel Green will come back. You see him in chat right now. Maybe I can get him to come back. I'd love for Thinker to come back. I want to talk to her about her album. Thinker has a deconstruction album coming out on Spotify that you can pre-save or pre-order or whatever it is today. I think it's available for, whatever you do on Spotify. I don't know the words. Every platform has different words, right? And so make sure you check that out. Also, everybody who loves Joel reads Bible, he has an album out called Christianese. Now, let me tell you something. I want to make this really clear so nobody mistakes what I'm trying to say here. I write lyrics. I don't write music. I don't sing. I don't play a guitar. I don't do any of that. When I put out my music, it is just the lyrics that I wrote. Joel writes music, okay? Now, his Christianese, that might have been different. He wrote all the lyrics and he sings and performs in that, okay? But his songs, those are 100% Joel, okay? And so I don't want you guys, and the same, like Pink Beard, Mama Bash's son, full-on musician, full-on Grammy award-winning artist. Go check out Pink Beard's album too, by the way. It dropped recently. It is a country album, and it is so fucking good, okay? And also, did he already do the train ride, Mama Bash?
Yes, it actually, today I think was the last day.
Oh, that I wish I could have been on that. I wish I lived near there because that sounded so fun. He did like a train ride kind of Christmas tour. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I've been in.
he had 5 concerts a day.
I've been in his lives. He actually seems like a genuinely nice guy.
He's amazing. And so make sure you check out Pink Beard. That's Pynk. He is available on all your streaming sites with a new country album. But as we end today, I'm going to ask everybody to mute up. I'm going to play one last song for you, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to my wonderful guests who came up on the panel today. I hope you guys have a great day. We're going to end with... No kings, no gods. This was my protest song I wrote when everybody was out protesting. I wasn't able to do it, but I really was coming to terms with the fact that I realized, at least I really feel that God hated the Amalekites because he hated Amalek, because he hated Esau, and he hated Esau for no reason. And that hatred that from Esau that went to Amalek, that went to the Amalekites, is still alive today with people believing that Palestinians are the modern day equivalent to the Amalekites. And when we hate people for a bloodline, and this Bible does it all the time, it perpetrates a supremacy culture. And I find it to be the greatest evil of all. So here is my song, No Kings, No Gods.
They said Jacob I love, but Esau I hated. Before he took his first breath, his fate was already fading. Born red, born wild, born free in the dust. But the prophets wrote him off, told us God couldn't trust. Oh yeah. From Esau came a Amalek, name they curse. They painted whole people with the blood of the first generation after generation. That rage rolled on, turned stories into weapons and called the slaughter divine law. But let me tell you something they don't want you to see. That line they drew from me so run straight to you and me. They use that curse like a brand, like a flag in the sand to call every rebel, every outcast, every child of the land. Amalek. No kings, no gods. We won't kneel, we won't nod. No kings, no gods. Every child deserves a dawn. So they say wipe them out. Remember, I'm a